We are
the Iowa High School
Athletic Association.
We're proud to bring you this broadcast of Iowa High School
Sports Championships,
featuring Iowa's student athletes, schools, and communities.
We support teamwork, sportsmanship, and education-based activities.
Good luck, and thanks for watching.
Good afternoon from the Unidome in Cedar Falls, and welcome to the 2025 IHSAA football semifinals presented by Iowa Farm Bureau. We're back with more 8-player semifinal action. Woodbine and Gladbrook-Reinbeck taking the field soon. Trevor Mader alongside Tom Peterson. Tom, somebody is going to be playing for a state title.
Yeah, you know, what a great opportunity for both of these teams to be in this situation once again. I'm really excited for this game because we got some huge playmakers all over the field on both sides of the football, so this should be a great one also, just like the first one.
Looking forward to diving into this one. These two undefeated teams getting ready to go. We will too. We'll be back with semifinal football here on the Hy-Vee Championship Network.
Hello, I'm Brent Johnson, a fifth-generation farmer from Calhoun County and president of the Iowa Farm Bureau.
And I'm Tom Keating, executive director of the Iowa High School Athletic Association. We're excited to have you join us for our state football championships.
As title sponsor of the Iowa High School Athletic Association, we're proud to support this fantastic event. At the Iowa Farm Bureau, we believe that strong farms and strong schools fuel strong futures. Iowa farmers are some of the most productive individuals in our state, working endlessly to grow and raise nutritious food that helps sustain the communities we all call home. Student athletes are also incredibly productive, dedicating countless hours to train and excel in their sports. Partnering with the Iowa High School Athletic Association allows us to celebrate the achievements of both groups while providing meaningful support to help Iowa's student athletes thrive.
Reaching the state football championships is no small feat, and it takes a strong support system. Thanks to the Iowa Farm Bureau, we're able to honor students for their outstanding achievements, both on the field and in the classroom. They are committed to your success, helping our organization provide awards, grants, and scholarships to honor excellence in athletics and academics.
As Iowans, we have much to be proud of. Whether you're a student competing today or a fan cheering from home, we all play a role in making our state shine. So, from the Iowa Farm Bureau
and the Iowa High School Athletic Association,
congratulations on a fantastic season and best of luck inside the Dome.
Something exciting is growing on Iowa farms these days. Innovation. From tractors that seed, weed, and harvest with data-driven precision, to drones that scout or plant cover crops to protect soil and water. Even our animals live in smart homes with round-the-clock care. Technology keeps your food safer, water cleaner, and makes us more sustainable. Because what we do here benefits everyone here. Life on the farm makes everyone's life better.
Why am I seeing yield differences in only 2 of my fields?
Great question, Evan. I've taken some soil samples, and it looks like you might have some fertility issues, especially in that northern field. Take a look.
Nothing gets past you, Rick. Hey, how long you been back there?
An agronomist never tells.
From personalized insights to year-round support, Channel agronomists always show up. Channel, all in, all season.
IHSAA Semifinal Football is brought to you by the Iowa Farm Bureau, proud title sponsor of the IHSAA, championing youth through sports and education. And by Cookies, epic sauces and bold seasonings. Remember, smart cookies use cookies. And by the Iowa Bankers Association, Iowa Banks, your partner through it all.
Almost go time here in Cedar Falls. Woodbine, Gladbrook-Reinbeck State Semifinal last year at the Unidome. Trevor Mater, Tom Peterson with you. Tom, what piques your interest about today's game?
I just can't wait to see the matchup on what Gladbrook-Reinbeck is going to do in trying to defend Landon Bloom, and then vice versa. Woodbine, they're going to have to make sure that they account for Trayvon Heron all day long.
Yeah, both these teams have playmakers that are capable of doing what playmakers do, which is make plays. It's going to come down to which one does more than the other. Before we kick things off, we're going to take a look at the keys to the game presented by Delta Dental of Iowa. Gladbrook-Reinbeck and Woodbine about to tow things off in this 8-player semifinal, with the winner awaiting Garrigan in the state title game. You look at the Woodbine Tigers under guidance of head coach Justin Crook. A lot of experienced players. They want to lean on those, and they are deep. They hope that bodes well for them today as well.
Yeah, I look at the depth that they've got at the wide receiver position for starters, and then on the defensive side, it's pretty impressive with the guys that they can rotate in.
So there's the Woodbine keys to the game here today, and then you go to the Gladbrook-Reinbeck side. They want to sustain drives, and when you're going against an offense that's got the weapons that Woodbine has, tackling is going to be important.
Yeah, I got to see how they can tackle all of these athletes that Woodbine has in open space. So, it's really difficult to do, to be able to take down athletes, when they've got that much room to work with and maneuver. So I think we're in for a treat here for the second one, Trevor.
Those are today's keys to the game presented by Delta Dental of Iowa. For your smile, for your health, and for your community. Trevor Mater, Tom Peterson with you. Both teams 11-0 on the year. Well, actually, Woodbine's actually 10-0. They played one less regular season game. Gladbrook-Reinbeck 11-0, third straight year they've been to the Dome. They played in a state title game last year. We're in a semifinal, lost in a heartbreaker 2 years ago. They've been dominant on their way here, beating Arweva, Easton Valley, and Edgewood-Colesburg. Then on the other side, Woodbine 10-0. They have rolled along this year. Dominant postseason wins over Exire, Elkhorn, Kimballton, Southeast Ward, and Fremont Mills to get here. Tom, could we be trending track meet today?
I don't know. I think defensively wise, I got Coach Olson from Gladbrook said it best. They're going to have to be able to tackle in open space. From Woodbine's standpoint, they do have some gaps in their zone, and Gladbrook can sure throw the football, so it's going to be interesting to see. But, Trevor, I think you could be right. I think we could be in for a high-scoring ball game.
Looking forward to it here today. Again, the winner of this will take on Bishop Garrigan, the Golden Bears, the winner over Audubon in our first game earlier on today. Woodbine last played in a state title game in 1997. They lost to West Central. That was back in their 11-player days. Gladbrook-Reinbeck, you have to go all the way back to last year for the last time they played in a state title game. Woodbine will kick it away. Gladbrook-Reinbeck will get the football. Trayvon Heron and Hudson Clark, two potent players, back to return the Brenner Sullivan kick for the Woodbine Tigers, under the guidance of head coach Justin Crook. And we're about ready to get our final of two 8-player state semifinals off and running here in Cedar Falls. And we are underway here in the Unidome. Line drive kick will be bobbled by Hudson Clark. He picks it up at around the 18. Breaks out a one tackle, cuts field, gets to the 25, and is knocked out of bounds the 28-yard line. Underway here in the Unidome. First quarter coverage brought to you by Iowa Farm Bureau, proud sponsor of the IHSAA Champion Youth through sports and education. Now we get to see this Gladbrook-Reinbeck offense that's averaging 58.7 points per game come onto the field. You can see your starters on the screen.
Yeah, you're going to see a lot of different formations from them. And the one thing that really sticks out for Gladbrook-Reinbeck, you're going to see a lot of motion. They're going to motion almost every single play. So defensively, why communication is essential.
Woodbine defense, they've got some size up front. Jax Pryor, keep an eye on him. I know he's had some Division I interest coming his way. Trevor Mathern, the quarterback for Gladbrook-Reinbeck. First play, they'll give Trayvon Heron. Bounces left side, breaks off a tackle in the backfield, still on his feet. And a hard-earned run by Trayvon Heron up to about the 35-yard line. Gain of 5 for Trayvon Heron, who's rushed for 1,222 yards and 26 touchdowns
They
this year.
do not want him to get to the outside, Trevor, with his speed. And, we talked about Gladbrook. One of their keys, Gladbrook-Reinbeck's, is tackling. Woodbine's going to have to wrap him up as well.
So a gain of 5 on first down will make it 2nd and 5 for Gladbrook-Reinbeck. Mathern out of the pistol. Heron behind him, 2 to the right. Quick pass, Hudson Clark makes the catch, but that was read very well by Joe Friend. Not making any friends there on that tackle for loss.
Their linebackers just stick out. You know, it's the first thing that I notice anytime that I look at Woodbine's defense this year. Joe Friend and Brenner Sullivan, they lead their team in tackles with 57.5 and 56.5 respectively.
Loss of 3 will make it 3rd and 8. Coming up for Gladbrook-Reinbeck on their opening drive of this state semifinal. Mathern with a running back behind him, 2 to the right out of a pistol. Mathern back to pass. Stays in the pocket, keeping his eyes downfield. Throws over the middle of the field. Clark makes the catch at the 30 and breaks out of a tackle and gets inside the 20. Good job by Trevor Mathern to keep his eyes downfield. He eventually finds Hudson Clark over the middle.
And on this replay, you're going to see what a great job by Clark as he works himself back across the field when he sees that his quarterback is scrambling to create that separation. He's their leading receiver on the season with 58 receptions and 17 touchdowns.
Gain of 28 makes it a 1st and 10 for Gladbrook-Reinbeck inside the Woodbine 20 at the 19-yard line. After the 3rd down conversion. Mathern with Heron behind him. He'll put a man in motion, and Mathern wanting to run right side. Gets a couple yards out of that open field tackle made by Brody Pryor's. Also going to play quarterback for the Woodbine offense here in a little bit. But a gain of a couple for Trevor Mathern on 1st down to make it 2nd down.
Hey, that's a great job of them stringing the play out to the sideline. Quarterback kept the ball there, but just a great play by Woodbine there.
2nd down now coming up for this Gladbrook-Reinbeck offense. The number 4 scoring offense in Class 8 player under the guidance of head coach John Olson. Mathern will have a running back behind him with a pistol, 2 to the left on the 2nd and 8. Mathern back to pass, scrambling left, pressure coming, will go right side. And finally, he'll just cut bait and throw it away. This is a Woodbine defensive line, Tom. I know you've had a chance to see them up close and personal this year. They really like to get after the quarterback.
Blocking zone and the ball crossed the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, Trevor, those front 3 are going to get after you, but right there, quarterback Mathern, he's got to take what the defense has given him right there. He had Hudson Clark open on just a quick out route, but he was looking out to the sideline. He had a chance to get him the football, but, good job of not taking a sack.
3rd down, coming up for Gladbrook-Reinbeck at the 18-yard line. Mathern, screen, caught Heron, had a nice block. 15, 10, 5, into the end zone, touchdown, Gladbrook-Reinbeck. Trevor Mathern to Trayvon Heron, his 30th total score of the year, and just to start, the Rebels won it.
And how do you slow down a pass rush? You'll see here on the replay, you're going to throw a couple of screen passes to make them slow down. Great job of blocking out in front, and obviously Heron finishing it off right there with the score.
So as they usually do, Gladbrook-Reinbeck will kick the extra point. Braden Utter is their kicker. He's 68 of 77 on PATs this year. Trevor Mathern is the holder. High snap, Mathern gets it down. Utter puts it up and through. And as I mentioned, ideal start for Gladbrook-Reinbeck as Trayvon Heron on the recipient end of an 18-yard touchdown pass from Trevor Mathern. And a drive that goes 50 yards results in 8 for the Rebels.
Once again here, I just thought the play call on 3rd down, Trevor, was outstanding. And then obviously finishing off the play out there with some guys in front of Heron for some blocks. Number 6, you see also obviously number 35 in Garrett Gable. Great job.
Cole Gramer had a really good block after the catch to kind of help Heron get the separation he needed. And now it's a 7-0 Gladbrook-Reinbeck lead. Now this is a Woodbine team. Haven't trailed much this year. They've been pretty dominant. And first time they touch the football, they're going to be down 7-0.
Yeah, they've been dominant all season long. They haven't played a full game yet this season. So, obviously, but when you get to this situation, Trevor, where you're in the state semifinals, there's a reason why everybody is here. So, you had mentioned it earlier, we could be off to a track meet, and this is the start that you expected.
Braden Utter will kick it away for Gladbrook-Reinbeck. And this one will be returnable for Woodbine at around the 5-yard line. Dylan Reed, the returner, brings it up to the 20-yard line. And that'll be where this electric Woodbine offense that's averaging 67 points per game under the guidance of Coach Dustin Crook will take the field. Did you see our Hy-Vee starting lineups?
Yeah, I'm curious to see on how their defensive backs are going to approach this from Gladbrook-Reinbeck. Woodbine just has athletes all over the place, and Pryor back there, he can sling it. You know, he's got a great arm. You can see the defense there. They're led by, you know, the linebacker, that Trayvon Heron as well.
The lineup's presented by Hy-Vee. There's a helpful smile in every aisle. Here's a run on first down. Micah Morris gets another first down up to the 33-yard line, so a gain of 13. And Tom, as we get ready for that first down, we talked about, you know, this is a Woodbine offense that has all kinds of talent on the field. And with that, we've got our Musco Lighting Spotlight Player of the Game, and it's a young man that's getting a lot of interest across the nation.
Yeah, Landon Bloom, he's just electric when he has the football. Wide receiver, tight end, 20 TD receptions this year at 851 yards. He's just electric.
Got Division I offers from a bevy of schools, including Illinois, Iowa State, Wisconsin, to name a few. Here's another run to Micah Morris on first down, and he'll get about 6 yards to the 39-yard line. I know it's just a 2-play sample size, but so far Woodbine being able to move the ball well on the ground.
Yeah, and Gladbrook-Reinbeck, they're not real big up front. So, you know, Woodbine's definitely going to have the size advantage up there. You know, they're going to have to mix up some blitz packages in order to slow down the run game. But, you know, it's early on here. Great couple of calls here from Woodbine, getting more involved.
Second down and 4 now for Woodbine. Brody Pryor, the quarterback, will work out of a pistol, and they will run Morris. Morris, first down and more, carrying the pile to the 30-yard line, just south of the 30 to 31. Brody Pryor, the starting quarterback, 4-year quarterback for the Tigers, and that Pryor name is one that has been very relevant in Woodbine for many, many years.
Yeah, absolutely. And you can see what he's done on the season. 31 touchdown passes to 2 interceptions, but running the football as a dual threat quarterback, I didn't realize this. He averages 18.3 yards per carry. That's crazy. So just very electric.
First down for Woodbine. Pryor out of a pistol will give to Moores, and that time it was sniffed out by this Gladbrook-Reinbeck defense. Dropping it for no gain. Trayvon Heron among those in there for the tackle. First backwards play of the day for Woodbine.
Yeah, you can already see a little bit of an adjustment here on the replay. GR brings a lot more people up into the box, so that's probably something we might see to try to take away the run game.
Braden Utter also among those that was in there to make the tackle. Second down and 11 coming up for Woodbine. Here on their first possession of the game. Gladbrook-Reinbeck went right down the field and got in the end zone to start things. Woodbine trying to counter. Pryor, empty backfield shotgun, quarterback run, bouncing right side. Breaks out of a tackle, still on his feet, and will get close to the first down, a couple of yards shy, but a hard-fought run by Brody Pryor is going to make this a third and manageable.
Well, like I said, there's a reason why he averages as many yards as he does. You look at yards after contact on this play, they've got him back there for almost a negative play, but he just continues to turn those legs and high knees, running through tackles.
45 total touchdowns for Brody this year. Of course, he had older brothers Wyatt and Lane that were phenomenal players in their day. Lane actually played on this very field here at UNI, and actually has been a member of the coaching staff this year. As here's a Wildcat look, Micah Morris running for a first down, and more inside the 15. Lane Pryor's been a member of the Woodbine coaching staff all year. Not here today, Tom, because he just signed as a member of the Houston Texans. I believe yesterday is what Coach Crook told us in Houston. I'm sure he's watching and following along as Woodbine is driving on their opening drive of the game.
Yeah, absolutely. Huge shout out to Lane Pryor for that. Congratulations to him, fighting back from an injury, and he's been working and rehabbing, so pretty happy for him and what he gets to an opportunity to do.
First and 10 for Woodbine from the Gladbrook-Reinbeck 14-yard line. Micah Morris has got a workload so far in this quarter, and on this drive, pistol look, put it in the belly of Morris. Morris gets a yard or two before being stood up. Trayvon Heron and Braden Utter in there on the tackle. And now it is second down coming up for Woodbine halfway through this first quarter. So second down coming up for the Tigers. Bring the play in from the sideline. Coach Dustin Crook leading this team, his 14th year at the helm. Woodbine alum, hitting his alma mater here in Cedar Falls. Pryor swings it to Moores. Moores has a nice block, bounces outside. Michael Moores will score. Touchdown, Woodbine.
Great play call there with him shifting out of the backfield in motion. It's a play I've seen many times on film. You see when he takes off here, they don't really have anybody that goes with him right away, and you only need that one step in order to create space and score a touchdown.
Third touchdown catch of the year for Moores, 15th total offensive touchdown, 32nd passing touchdown for Brody Pryor. And now Woodbine will line up and go for two as they typically do. Wildcat snap to Moores. Moores lunges for the goal line. I think he's in, and he is. And Woodbine takes an 8-7 lead after that successful two-point try. And Tom, big answer for the Tigers as they go 8 plays, 59 yards to take the lead.
Yeah, absolutely. And one of the things that really stuck out to me, Trevor, we know how, they can throw the ball, they can run the ball, but they chose to run the ball there, that first possession.
Yeah, and, we talked a lot about, Landon Bloom and what he's able to do, and I think we're going to see that as the day goes on, but that was kind of a Micah Moore's drive.
Yeah, and extremely physical. Micah Moore is, he's got 475 yards on the season along with 12 touchdowns, so he's explosive.
You look at that run that just showed up on the high-V replay. I mean, he carried a defender a handful of yards, and you see the swing pass out of the backfield, does a good job getting to the outside of his block and trots into the end zone for Woodbine's first score of the day.
And I'm going to throw this in. By the way, he's 6'2", 200. So you're not you're tackling somebody that's extremely physical back there. He's bigger than most of the people that are going to be trying to tackle him today.
So now Brenner Sullivan will kick it away for Woodbine. Line drive kick, fielded, it was bobbled by Clark. Trayvon Herron will pick it up at around the 10. Herron brought down around the 14, and now Gladbrook-Reinbeck's offense will go to work for the second time here today. And they'll have to go a long ways on this drive as you see that kick on the high-V replay just out of the wickets of Clark.
Yeah, that's the second time that's happened so far in the kickoff that he's bobbled that.
So now Gladbrook-Reinbeck will take over deep in their own territory. 5:17 to go here in the first quarter of this 8-player state semifinal. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns. Trevor Mathern at quarterback will toss Heron. Heron head of steam. Squirms through a crease to about the 23-yard line, or 18-yard line. Gain of 5 will make it a second manageable coming up for Gladbrook-Reinbeck.
Yeah, one of the things that I'm noticing early on from GR is that they're able to get out there to that second level, getting to their linebackers, which is allowing Heron to get some positive yards.
So now a 2nd and 5 coming up for Gladbrook-Reinbeck after the gain of 5 by Trayvon Heron. Been an explosive playmaker in the confines of the Unidome over the last couple of years for Gladbrook-Reinbeck. I know he had a kick return touchdown 2 years ago against Bedford. Had a big play touchdown last year in their semifinal win over Lennox that helped ice that game. First quarter coverage is brought to you by Iowa Farm Bureau. As sole title sponsor of the Iowa High School Athletic Association, Iowa Farm Bureau believes in competitive play and cultivating individuals with great character, a strong work ethic, and exceptional leadership skills. By investing in Iowa's youth, Farm Bureau is investing in Iowa's future. As you heard, timeout on the field as we get ready for the 2nd and 5. And Tom, I know again, small sample size, only 1 drive from each team. What have we learned so far?
Physicality to me right now from Woodbine is sticking out. Obviously, like I had said before, Trevor, they seem to be a little bit bigger in the trenches, but, like you said, it's early on. I do think that GR is going to have to get out in space for them to be successful. I don't know if they'll be as strong through the tackles as what maybe they're used to, so I think we're in store, like you had said, could be a high-scoring game.
See the student sections enjoying the festivities here today. I know both sides traveled well. Much shorter drive for Gladbrook-Reinbeck. The Rebels will have a 2nd and 5 out of this timeout. 3 down linemen for Woodbine on this 2nd down. Mathern back to pass. Pressure coming, throws over the middle. Caught. Clark breaks out of a tackle. One-on-one situation, and Clark will fall forward to the 35-yard line. Tom, one thing I'm seeing is, Trevor Mathern's having a lot of time back there to throw.
Absolutely, and I'm just really, really impressed right now with Clark and how he's continuing to maneuver. As you see right here, good footwork by the quarterback, not pushing a panic button, but Clark is doing a great job of creating space after the quarterback is forced to maybe get out of the pocket or move around a little bit.
1st down after the completion from Mathern to Clark. Gladbrook-Reinbeck's got it at the 35-yard line. Put in the belly of Heron. Heron gets about 2 yards before being wrapped up. Lucas Olson was in there on the tackle. This is a Woodbine defense. They've got some dudes up front. Lucas Olson, Matthew Tremmel, Jax Pryor, all of whom have at or near double-digit tackles for losses.
That's a great play there because I think he gets quite a few yards maybe right after that, after contact, if he doesn't bring him down.
Does pick up 2. It makes it a 2nd and 8. For Gladbrook-Reinbeck with 3:25 and rolling left here in the 1st quarter. Mathern out of a pistol. Fakes the toss to Heron. Wanting to throw downfield. Pressure coming. Reverses field does Mathern. Now he's going to try to make a play with his legs and gets tackled near midfield. Brenner Sullivan, the open field tackle. Trevor Mathern ran about 50 yards to net a couple of yards. It'll be 3rd down.
Tell you what, though, Trevor, one of the things it's going to do, as you can see already, Woodbine is shuffling defensive linemen in. They're going to be scrambling all day. Right now, they're just going with the 3-man rush. I wouldn't be surprised maybe if they tried just some type of a blitz package here to get the quarterback uncomfortable on 3rd down.
Gain of 5 on that run by Mathern. It's 3rd and 3. They are into Woodbine territory at the 38-yard line. Put a man in motion, will Gladbrook-Reinbeck, and they give it to Heron. Heron bounces off a tackle close to the 1st down. Looks like he got it. And Trayvon Heron, you look at him at least from up here, 5'9", $172 is what he's listed. Definitely runs bigger than that.
Absolutely, but the eye candy that's going on in the backfield, the guys that are moving across there, to me that causes a little bit of confusion, maybe if the linebackers, if they're not reading their keys. So, great run right there and a good shoestring tackle as well.
1st down for Gladbrook-Reinbeck now at the Woodbine 35-yard line. We get down to just over 2 minutes left here in the 1st quarter. They'll flank a running back out on the right side. Mathern back to pass over the middle of the field to Clark. Whoa, almost an awesome catch by Clark. Landon Bloom was in coverage. There was also Cal Pryor in coverage, and Clark just about double clutched it.
Yeah, with the defense that they're playing right now, you'll see here in the replay, it's causing Mathern just a little bit of confusion at times because he's not recognizing that safety over the top that's playing kind of just center field, if you will.
So now 2nd down after the incomplete pass for Gladbrook-Reinbeck at the Woodbine 35-yard line. 2 receivers to the left. Here on the running back behind Mathern. The quarterback run right side. Mathern got a good block at the line of scrimmage. Still on his feet near the 1st down. Lunging towards it. I think he got it. It's either going to be a 1st down or a 3rd and very, very short.
Yeah, this is pretty impressive run. He's not the biggest kid that's out there running, but it's very efficient. Just right now, I'm kind of impressed with the guys from GR up front. They might not be as big as Woodbine, but they are playing extremely physical on that offensive line.
Did mark him about a half yard shy. Trevor Mathern, 54 rushes, 654 yards, 12 touchdowns this year. 3rd and 1 now for Gladbrook-Reinbeck. From the Woodbine 26, they will hand off. Heron's got the 1st down to the 20-yard line. So a gain of 6 for Trayvon Heron.
Once again, Trevor, you can see right there, he's getting 4 yards downfield before he's getting touched. Woodbine's going to have to bring that, that second level of guys. They're going to have to come up a little bit sooner or just move up pre-snap.
Fresh set of downs for Gladbrook-Reinbeck as we get down to the final minute of this quarter. 8-7 in favor of Woodbine, but the Rebels knocking on the door. Mathern will feed the running back, Cale Bloom, and he gets a couple of yards. Got a Bloom and a Bloom out there today. Gain of 3 to the 17-yard line. It'll be 2nd and 7 with 30 seconds to go here in the quarter.
So if we mispronounce them, give us a little bit of a break maybe, okay.
Second and, we'll try not to, but please. 2nd and 7 as we're down to the final 20 seconds of this quarter. There is about a 1 second gap between the game clock and the play clock, so I believe GR will have to run a play to end this quarter. Well, they don't have a lot of urgency to end the frame. They will get a play off. Mathern back to pass, pump fake. Takes a shot to right side to Heron. Makes a heck of a catch.
What a play.
Trayvon Heron goes up and under for the touchdown.
That is pretty impressive considering that he's going up over the top of Landon Bloom, which you'll see here on this replay. Trayvon Heron, this kid gets up in the air. That's just great recognition.
Showing off the ups, as they would call them. And it's a 13-8 Gladbrook-Reinbeck lead on the final play of the quarter. The 5th reception touchdown of the year for Heron and the 2nd of the day, and the PAT by Utter is up and through. So the first quarter ends with some fireworks. So we get a touchdown pass to Trayvon Heron. End of one quarter, 14-8 Gladbrook-Reinbeck at the Unidome. You're watching Iowa High School Athletic Association football semifinals presented by Iowa Farm Bureau. More 8-player action on the Hy-Vee Championship Network after this break.
What does commitment mean? To protect what's important? To invest in the future? It means providing peace of mind. It's what reliable people do. It's what local banks do. Banking in Iowa goes beyond transactions. Banks work to help people and small businesses succeed. And Iowa banks are proud to be trusted partners in building confident banking relationships. Iowa Banks, your partner through it all.
Professional Educators of Iowa, founded by teachers for teachers in 1981.
What I like is that it is former administrators, teachers. They are people that are invested into, hey, let's make something great better.
PEI, the Professional Association for Iowa's Independent Educators.
The best thing about Professional Educators of Iowa is it's right in our backyard. It feels like home.
Now more than ever, educators are choosing PEI.
Something exciting is growing on Iowa farms these days. Innovation. From tractors that seed, weed, and harvest with data-driven precision, to drones that scout or plant cover crops to protect soil and water. Even our animals live in smart homes with round-the-clock care. Technology keeps your food safer, water cleaner, and makes us more sustainable. Because what we do here benefits everyone here. Life on the farm makes everyone's life better.
We're not just lighting a stadium. We're creating lasting memories. We're not just installing a mini pitch. We're empowering youth to learn and grow. We're not just retrofitting an airport. We're creating an environment where workers can feel safer. This is why, whether it's a game down the street, professional stadiums around the world, or treasured monuments and landmarks, you always know when it's must go.
Health powers life, from the delightfully routine to the truly uncharted. When injuries, illness, or normal wear and tear lead to joint pain or discomfort, count on advanced orthopedic care at Mercy One. From joint replacement to sprains and fractures to physical therapy, our team can help you get back to the activities you enjoy, ensuring you're ready no matter what life brings next. Find care at mercyone.org/healthpowerslife.
Nothing matters more than our community and our patients.
So when flu season's here, I love that I get to help protect them.
When you get your flu shot at Hy-Vee, you can earn a 20-cent fuel saver.
Scheduling your flu shot appointment is quick and convenient.
Because you can just walk up when you're shopping or schedule an appointment, whichever works for you.
Allowing you to pick a time that's best for you and your family.
Keeping families and communities healthy feels good. Visit your Hy-Vee pharmacy, get your flu shot, and earn a 20-cent fuel saver today.
IHSAA Semifinal Football on the Hy-Vee Championship Network is brought to you by Hy-Vee, a proud partner of IHSAA. Hy-Vee, where there is a helpful smile in every aisle. And by Sukup Manufacturing Company, the world's largest family-owned and operated manufacturer of grain storage, drying, and handling equipment. And by the Iowa Farm Bureau. From rural roots to statewide pride, Iowa Farm Bureau proudly supports student athletes across Iowa.
14-8, Gladbrook-Reinbeck leading Woodbine here on the Hy-Vee Championship Network as we start the second quarter. As you see, we ended the first quarter with some fun as Trevor Mather hits Trayvon Heron for a touchdown pass.
Yeah, you can see that Landon Bloom's actually in perfect position to make a play on the football. Maybe just mistimed his jump there.
So with that, Gladbrook-Reinbeck leads 14-8 as we start the second quarter. Braden Utter will kick it away for the Rebels. And this one will be powered into the end zone for a touchback. And now Woodbine's second drive of the game. Pretty fast-moving first quarter. Only 3 total possessions. 1 for Woodbine. Now they get ready for their second. And it'll start on their own 15-yard line. Tom, what have we learned?
Well, you know, only 1 possession so far from Woodbine, but I guess I probably wouldn't change much, you know, as far as giving the ball, handing it off to Moore, because there's just been some gaping holes there. So I would continue to do the same. And I think GR is going to have, I'll get to them offensively wise next time they have the ball.
So 3 down linemen for Gladbrook-Reinbeck as we start the second quarter. Brody Pryor back to pass. Pass is caught by Aiden Kanan, but not much there. And actually, no, ball got jarred out at the last moment. Kanan looked like he was going to have a short yardage catch. Good defense by Gladbrook-Reinbeck. As you see on the replay there, was Clark did a good job of knocking the ball loose, and it's incomplete.
Yeah, that's just a good job of coming up and making a play on the football there.
So now 2nd and 10 coming up for Woodbine from their own 15-yard line. Down 14-8 here in this 8-player state semifinal. Pryor out of the pistol. Micah Moore's behind him. Pryor back to pass. Pass is incomplete. Short hopped it to Landon Bloom. Bloom had a little bit of separation. He was kind of bracketed there, Tom.
Yeah, he had separation, Trevor, like you said. You'll see here in the replay, he's got to float this one over the top of the linebacker and let that thing sit right in. It was a good route ran there by Bloom. He was open.
So now it's a 3rd down coming up for Woodbine from their own 15-yard line.
And that is his first target so far today.
In terms of volume, you know, only gets about 5 catches a game, but usually when he does, they're entertaining, and sometimes they end up SportsCenter top 10 play.
Yep.
Pryor in the pistol, back to pass. Pump fakes, pressure coming, and he's going to be gobbled up and swarmed down. That was Cale Blome that got there. Blome gets the sack. He has been a workhorse defensively. That's his 11th sack of the year.
Yeah, you're going to see here in the replay, and by the way, they're tied for 3rd in the state for sacks and 2nd in total tackles. Great job by the guys in the back, and a great spin move like you pointed out. But the guys in the back had tremendous coverage. He was looking to go deep there over the top, but there was great coverage in the secondary.
Cole Gramer did a really good job spinning off of his block and kind of limiting Pryor being able to move outside the pocket. That helps Blome get the sack. Now Woodbine's going to punt from their own end zone with Brody Pryor. This is fielded on a fly ball by Hudson Clark. Clark hurdles over a defender and then gets brought down. Now we're going to have to check the markers, but Tom, I do believe hurdling is a no-no in the high school football game.
Yeah, it just depends on here. We'll check the replay if they go down at his legs. See, that could, that's a 50-50 call, which I'd imagine Larry Jacobus and his crew are talking about. And there might be maybe an unsportsmanlike hit to the helmet that might have caused another flag to come in, so we could have multiple.
The officials with all kinds of laundry down around the 25-yard line now conversing. We'll see what they say.
Personal foul, hurdling on the return, 15-yard penalty from the spot of the foul. Gladbrook-Reinbeck keeps the ball, 1st down.
And you'll see on the Hy-Vee replay, it's one of those kind of hidden, quirky rules in the high school game where, a player on his feet, you are not allowed to do that. Now, if they are on their knees, you are allowed to do that.
And one of the things I wouldn't do, Trevor, is suggest that you do that, especially when you're caught up in the air like that, because he got hit extremely hard there by Connor Murdoch.
Nonetheless, Gladbrook-Reinbeck will take over on their own 38-yard line after forcing the Woodbine punt. Mathern will put a man in motion. He bobbles the snap. Broken play. Mathern will just have to throw it away on the Gladbrook-Reinbeck sideline.
Great job there by him. You know, he lost control of the football. You'll see on the... Rather than take a loss, you know, he did a good job there of getting rid of the football. One of the things I was going to say about GR and their offense, he does have some guys open that are running some seams down the middle of the zone, because right now the linebackers are sitting out in the flats right now waiting for that pass to come out there. So we might see some adjustments here.
2nd and 10 now for Gladbrook-Reinbeck. Mathern throwing. Heron intercepted by Cal Pryor. Pryor read that like a hawk, steps in front of it, and it shows Brody Pryor that comes up with the pick, nagging his 2nd of the year. I got the Cousins confused.
And I just said this, you know, it's a seam route it's a fly route on the outside. He's open right after he gets by the guy initially, but he waits too long. Great play by the free safety coming over the top to make that interception.
Brody Pryor comes up with the pick, and Woodbine gets the ball back at the 34-yard line.
And it's hard to keep track of all the Pryors.
Yeah. But like we talked about, there's a lot of them.
Yes.
In the Woodbine area. So now Woodbine will take over.
I would look for them to get back to pounding the football with Moore after the last possession.
So Pryor with Moores behind him will roll right side, wants to throw, man wide open. It's caught by Brendan Wagner inside the 15 and out to the 10-yard line, inside the 10-yard line. And that time the aerial attack works for Woodbine.
Great job of being deceptive, acting like he's going to make a run to the outside, pulls up, sets his feet, throws a strike downfield to Wagner for a great play on 1st down.
Brendan Wagner comes up with the catch, his 11th of the year. They'll actually mark him out about 3 yards closer than I thought. They'll give him the 6-yard line. And it's a 1st and goal from the 6 for Woodbine. I think the illegal substitution could be covered.
Yeah.
Too many men on the field as we've got Laundry. Pryor showing.
Timeout.
Okay.
They did give
Woodbine.
him a timeout.
Their first charge timeout of the half.
Yeah, Pryor was trying to say, hey, I got the timeouts, and they grant it to him. So 14-8 advantage Gladbrook-Reinbeck. Woodbine knocking on the door at the 6-yard line. Hy-Vee is a proud partner of the Iowa High School Athletic Association, bringing you all 14 games this week on the Hy-Vee Championship Network. Hy-Vee, where there's a helpful smile in every aisle. Trevor Mader and Tom Peterson, a couple of helpful smiles with you here today in Cedar Falls. Bishop Garrigan was the winner in our first game, and one of these two teams will join them in the state title game next Thursday.
Yeah, you know, and we're looking here something similar to the first game. You know, Woodbine with a chance that they're knocking on the door because of an interception, turnover. The first game, you know, unfortunately for Audubon, they were plagued by it. They had 5 turnovers in that football game, which led to a lot of points, like you and I discussed. And, you know, you just, against these great football teams that you're playing against, you've got to value the football for all 48 minutes.
So out of this timeout, Tigers will have a 1st down and goal from the 6-yard line. A big pass play from Brody Pryor to Brendan Wagner put them on the doorstep of the end zone. Pryor will be the only man in the backfield on this snap. Pryor taking the snap, will give to Moores. Moores breaks out of a tackle initially and then gets gobbled up. Trayvon Heron did a good job of reading that, made first contact, slowed him down enough to where Cale Blome could come in and clean things up.
Yeah, that's just a great job of him. You can see him right there shooting that gap. The only thing is, obviously, we talked about the size of Moore earlier on. You're going to have to make sure you bring the big fella down at the legs.
1st and goal from the 7 now. Second goal from the 7 now for Woodbine. 10 minutes to go here in the first half. Tigers will bring the play in from the sideline. See if they try to get Landon Bloom involved here. Be on the right side of your screen in the slot if you're watching.
I would look for him to do an out route.
Pryor, they'll just feed Moores.
Yep.
Moores does a good job of falling forward for a couple extra yards. Kept the legs moving. They'll mark him down to the 3-yard line. And it'll be 3rd and goal coming up for Woodbine at the Gladbrook-Reinbeck 3-yard line.
Once again, just running really hard in between the tackles there.
We've got a whistle and I believe an official's timeout on the field. 9:31 to go here in the first half. You're just tuning in. Gladbrook-Reinbeck scored on their first drive. As you see, it looks like Connor Murdoch will have to come to the sideline to the attention of the Woodbine training staff.
Yeah, he had played center here the last 2 games, Trevor, and I watched him on film. Woodbine had just kind of made a change there. They bring back the regular guy that they've had there, Jacob Cogdill. So this isn't that big of a change because he did it before earlier in the season.
So 3rd down and goal for Woodbine. Now we've got a whistle and Laundry on the field.
I don't think he's got his mouth guard in.
Snap infraction.
Yep.
Offense, number 54. 5-yard penalty, still 3rd down.
So the snap infraction will back them up and make this a 3rd and goal from the 8. So they lose what they had got on the Moores run on the snap infraction. You can see Cogdill not happy with himself on the
It's all right, young lad. Get right back in there and do your thing.
So now 3rd and goal from the 8. Pryor wanting to pass. Pocket collapsing. Pryor scrambling. Throws across his body to Bloom, who hauls it in. Penalty marker down low from the back judge.
I think he might have stepped out of bounds and been the first one coming back in to touch it, Trevor, is the way I saw it, but I'm not for sure.
Well, the official's hat is not on his head, and that's usually a signal that somebody stepped out of bounds. And as we look at the
illegal
replay system we have up here,
offense number 5 stepped out of the back of the end zone, came back in, and was the player that caught the pass. That's a 15-yard penalty, replay 3rd down.
So as you heard, the penalty will wipe out the touchdown and wipe out a highlight reel play for the Tigers, and now you see it on the Hy-Vee replay. Heck of an effort by Pryor to keep the play alive and find his friend Bloom, but Bloom had stepped out of the back of the end zone.
Great job there, like you said, with Pryor just creating space, moving his feet out in the pocket, and, just continuing the play, keeping the play alive. Unfortunately, Bloom is out of bounds, but, they still have a chance here on 3rd and long.
3rd and goal from the 23 coming up for Woodbine. They got down to the 3, and they've gone backwards since then. Pryor back to pass. Over the middle to Kanan, almost made the one-hand snag, could not. Hudson Clark was in coverage, and it is the dreaded 4th and goal from the 23 coming up for Woodbine.
Yeah, it's just a great defensive play right there by the defensive back, Clark. He just made a play on the football here, so this will be an interesting call. I would try to get Bloom maybe out in space by himself to see if he can get a one-on-one. Obviously, he's a heck of a basketball player as well, and it's just one of those. You get him out on the sideline, let him go up, block out, and try to catch the football.
He's got hops as well, state runner-up in the high jump this year. So here we go on 4th and goal from the 23. They fake to out of the backfield. They go to Bloom, left side, incomplete. That was well guarded. Chad Gutneck was in coverage. And the drive fizzles out for Woodbine. And how about the stand from this Gladbrook-Reinbeck defense?
Absolutely. What a great defensive play there. You'll see this here. He's in great position. They don't bite on the fake, and he's right there for him. That's just a great opportunity or a great play there. One of the things that Pryor needs to do there, maybe put some air underneath the football to give Bloom an opportunity to come down with that play.
Big stop by the Rebels defense, and now they will take over on their own 23-yard line. 8:42 to go here in the first half. Trevor Mathern, the quarterback. Trayvon Heron, the running back behind him. 2 receivers to the right. Now they'll put Bloom in motion. Here's the toss to Heron. Heron through the traffic for about a yard. We'll make it a 2nd and 9. coming up for Gladbrook-Reinbeck.
Yeah, pretty impressed right there. Joe Friend did a great job at the outside linebacker position, just fighting off a block and making the play.
Got a officials timeout. Garrett Gable, one of the linemen for Gladbrook-Reinbeck, down on the field and being looked at now by the medical staff. You're just tuning in. Gladbrook-Reinbeck scored on their first drive. Woodbine countered the touchdown, took the lead 8-7. Gladbrook-Reinbeck right back down the field. And Trevor Mathern hit Trayvon Heron for a touchdown. Then we've traded defensive stops. You had a 3-and-out, then you had a Woodbine come up with an interception, and then it looked like Woodbine in a good spot. They had a goal to go on the 3, but a penalty, and then a penalty that wipes out a touchdown, and a 4th down stop for the Rebels, and all of a sudden they've got the ball back with a chance to go up multiple scores.
Yeah, self-inflicted wounds right now with Woodbine. You know, they just shot themselves in the foot a couple of times there, but you know, they're able to move the football. They had the long completion that got them down there in the first place, and kudos to GR as far as getting, you know, their defense off the field. So glad to see that he's okay, up and moving.
And so they will bring Gable to the sideline. He'll get looked at, and we'll resume play here momentarily. Both these teams undefeated. Gladbrook-Reinbeck 11-0 on the year under the guidance of head coach John Olson. Woodbine 10-0 under coach Dustin Crook. You see the semifinal field set. Audubon and Garrigan played today. Garrigan was a winner, and now we try to fill the other piece of that puzzle for next Thursday morning at 9:30. So out of the stoppage, 2nd and 9 coming up for Gladbrook-Reinbeck. The 23-yard line. Mathern will put a man in motion. It's Clark. They give to Clark on the jet sweep. He gets about a yard to the 24-yard line. And Tom, this feels like a really big drive both ways. If you're Gladbrook-Reinbeck and you go down the field and you score, all of a sudden you've got a Woodbine team who hasn't really been on the ropes a lot this year. You've got them down 2 scores.
Yeah, absolutely. You'll see here on the replay, they do a great job of just plugging that with the speed of Clark trying to get into the outside, forced him to cut back up inside. But you're right. You know, you've got 3rd and 9. Woodbine hasn't looked, you know, like they did on that first possession. You know, handing the ball off to Moore. They just didn't. They kind of went away from that. We'll see if they get back to it.
Got to get a stop here, though, if you're the Tigers. Gladbrook-Reinbeck hoping that's not the case. 3rd and 9. They will run at Heron, bouncing off a tackler, and fights toward the first down. Trayvon Heron just does not go down easy. He's got about 3 extra yards out of that just by running tough. You'll see on the high-V replay, knocked one of his own guys down, and then carried Cal Pryor another yard or 2, and that's going to make it a 4th and short coming up for the Rebels.
Yeah, 4th and gettable is the way I looked at it. They had him back there, but they were trying to strip the football rather than just making the tackle.
So that makes it a 4th and 2, and Coach John Olson says we're going to go for it here. 4th and short. They'll put a man in motion. It's Clark. Right to left, and they will just run Heron, and he might have got stood up. I don't think he got it. The Woodbine interior did a good job of sniffing that out. Lucas Olson and Matthew Tremmel among those in there for the stop, and he didn't get it.
What a great job up front. You can see right there, you know, number 66, Tremmel, just doing an outstanding job, bench pressing the guy right off of him, just exactly what you're supposed to be doing, shucking him away, and then making the play right there. That's just great technique.
Turnover on downs will give Woodbine the football at their own, at the Gladbrook-Reinbeck 32-yard line.
Might have been a little early to go for it there.
Yeah, 4th and short, though, it's so tempting.
Yep.
Definitely when you've got somebody like Trayvon Heron
Absolutely.
in the backfield. So Woodbine will now take over. Pryor feeds Moores. Moores up past the 30 to the 28-yard line. And see if they try to get Micah Moores a little more established on this drive.
Yeah, absolutely, especially with what he did on the first drive. You know, at 6'2", 200 pounds, he's extremely difficult to bring down, and he's not going down with the first person. He has yards after contact pretty much on every single run that he's had so far.
2nd and 6 after the gain of 4. For Woodbine, halfway through the second quarter. Pryor will hand off Moores again. Moores breaks out of a tackle and will drag a defender for the first down. Micah Moores says, give me more.
Yeah.
Gets to the 21-yard line.
If it isn't broke, don't fix it. You know what I mean? And he's running the football hard right there. Going through 3 and 4 guys is what I'm seeing, Trevor. So you said this earlier in the first game, keep feeding them, and I know that's exactly what I would do.
Chad Gutnick had a hand on him, but Morris able to slither away from the attempted tackle and moves to chains for Woodbine to the Gladbrook-Reinbeck 21-yard line. Pryor out of a pistol. Wants to throw. Over the middle, caught. Brenner Sullivan. Sullivan puts a move on a defender inside the 10 and wrestled down at the 7-yard line. Gain of 14 on the completion from Brody Pryor to Brenner Sullivan.
Yeah, that's just a great job. You'll see here on the Hy-Vee replay. He sits right down in that zone in a little bit of a pocket. Great timing there by the quarterback with Pryor to get him the football.
So a gain of 13 has Woodbine inside the 10 on the catch by Brenner Sullivan. And by my stats, that's the first catch of the year for Sullivan. Kind of a utility player for them. Plays linebacker, kicks. Gets a catch there. First and goal from the 8. Pryor will hand off Morris. Morris trying to go left side, lowers the shoulder and gets inside the 5 to the 4-yard line. I think they've realized that giving Micah Morris the football has been a good strategy so far.
Yeah, absolutely. I would keep doing that because it's like with the replay you see, good tackle by Clark, but Trevor, that's going to open up the passing game. It's going to allow for Bloom to maybe get open because they might have to bring that second level up because to me when I'm watching this, Woodbine has more guys in there than what GR does in the box.
Second and goal now for Woodbine. Pryor will flank Morris out, swings it to him out of the backfield. Morris lowers the shoulder and struts into the end zone for the touchdown. Micah Morris hit the truck button on that one, and he gets in to tie this game at 14.
Yeah, it kind of looks like the very first quarter, doesn't it? I believe that's the same play that they scored on earlier. That's a great play call. Going back to him, he's hard to bring down. Great play.
Trevor Mathern tried to make the tackle, but there was not much he could do. Morris did not want to be denied. That ties us at 14 as now Woodbine will go for 2, and it was a Wildcat snap to Morris, and he doesn't get it. But we are tied with 4:18 to go here in the first half after the touchdown by Micah Morris. And Tom, that was all predicated by a 4th down stop by the Woodbine defense.
Yeah, trying to go in between the tackles there. Maybe try to get on the outside just to utilize his speed. And then here you've got more, he's not going down. Just a great physical running back, feeding him the ball as much as possible. He continues to lower his shoulder. Then you see here in the touchdown, it's basic, it's considered a handoff because he throws it behind the line of scrimmage. So just a great possession there from Woodbine.
Micah Morris, you mentioned that technically goes to the books as a handoff. 12 rushes, 57 yards. Also has a touchdown catch as well. And we are knotted at 14 with 4:18 to go here in the first half of the St. State semifinal. It's worth noting as we get into the latter part of the first half, Woodbine will get the football to start the second half. Brenner Sullivan to kick it away for the Tigers. Sullivan's kick over the head of the Gladbrook-Reinbeck returners and a roll to the end zone for a touchback. And now we see the Rebels offense getting ready to go to work for the next possession.
Yeah, you want to come out, I talked a little bit earlier. To me, it kind of looks like maybe Woodbine's zone is causing, maybe, for Mathern to have a little bit of concern, but I just don't think he's recognizing it right away because he does have some open receivers, but I'm sure he'll pick it up here and the coaches will make a little bit of an adjustment.
1st and 10 for Gladbrook-Reinbeck as they start this drive on their own 15-yard line. Rebels have all 3 timeouts at their disposal as we get into the final minutes of the half. Mathern will put Blom in motion. Mathern ran into the pile, bounced off a would-be tackler, gets up to the 21-yard line before Landon Bloom guides him out of bounds. Good job by Mathern to turn nothing into something there and makes it a 6-yard run.
Yeah, you can see in the replay, there's just not a lot in the trenches, in between the tackles. They're having their most success kind of getting to the outside there on the offense.
So now it's a 2nd and 3 coming up for Gladbrook-Reinbeck. 4:13 to go here in the first half of this 8-player state semifinal. To get here, Gladbrook-Reinbeck beat Arweva, Easton Valley, and Edgewood-Colesburg. Pistol look. Maythorn with Heron behind him. Now he'll put a man in motion. Fake the toss to Heron. Maythorn wanting to throw, nothing there, and he throws along the sideline, and it was out of bounds. Joe Friend almost made a tiptoe snag along the sideline, but they say he was out of bounds. We'll see it on the Hy-Vee replay, but Maythorn, I think, was just trying to cut bait. He didn't see that Friend was there. I do think that toe was just on the line.
What an athletic catch, though, Trevor. I mean, that's just a great football play. He did have him open again. He's just got to see him in between the linebacker and the over-the-top safety. It's something that they've got to make sure that they recognize. He wants to pull the trigger, but it could be another interception.
3rd down and 3 now for Gladbrook-Reinbeck. And we had a whistle and a stoppage before that play, and it looks like a timeout taken on the Gladbrook-Reinbeck side. The Rebels, under the guidance of head coach John Olson, they are 11-0 on the year. Coach Olson's been at it for a little while there at Gladbrook-Reinbeck. I know he said one of their favorite traditions, Tom, you know, football is all about camaraderie and building team chemistry. The post-game spaghetti dinners.
Yep,
one
absolutely.
of his favorite.
Hey, you know, anytime you can get together with the kids, the coaches, you know, some of the parents that are there, it's just absolutely amazing. The chemistry that you build, you know, those relationships are relationships that are going to last a lifetime, friendships. You know, that's what it is. That's what it's all about. You know, these kids, they're 14 to 18 years old. They get this opportunity to be up here to do all of the, to play, and after the game, how special would that be, especially with the win? But no, it's pretty awesome that they do that.
And I imagine the carbs would probably be be good with that as well. So out of this timeout, it'll be a 3rd and 3 coming up for Gladbrook-Reinbeck at their own 22-yard line. 4:04 to go here in the first half. Rebels kind of late bringing a man onto the field. Now they're ready to come set. Maythorn will put Clark in motion left to right. They give to Heron, and there was not much there. Brenner Sullivan says hello as he meets Heron at the line of scrimmage. And actually going back about a yard on that run, and a big 3rd down stop for this Woodbine defense.
Yeah, the guys up front are just doing the job for Woodbine. Extremely physical, those 3 people are up front, and right now GR doesn't have the answer in between the tackles.
4th and 4, Hudson Clark will punt it away. Dylan Reed back to return for Woodbine. 3.5 to go in the half. Clark gets the punt away, and he will punt it to Reed, who fields at the 32, bounces off one defender, can't bounce off the second one as Caleb Loam wraps him up. But the Woodbine offense will now go to work, and Tom, we've seen today so far, when they've been able to run the ball, that's when they've been able to move the ball.
Absolutely, and I wouldn't go away from it because I still think they're going to be able to get their receivers. If you look at the slot receiver on every single possession, Trevor, the guy that's guarding him is about 10 to 12 yards off. You know, at times as an offense, you got to take what the defense is giving you, but I would keep feeding more. You know, they've got 3:19 to go here in the second quarter. They've been at their best when they do that.
So Woodbine will take over after the punt. Pryor fakes it to Morse. He will run it. Pryor lowers the shoulder and gets up near midfield. Might have actually worked his way into Gladbrook-Reinbeck territory to the 39-yard line.
Another physical run. You know, I had said this before. I think he averages an unreal amount of yards per carry, but right there, you know, gain of 8, gain of 9. So just another great play.
Under 3 minutes to go here in the half. Tied at 14. Woodbine with the football just past midfield. The Gladbrook-Reinbeck 39-yard line. Pryor wanting to throw. Pass over the middle, incomplete. Want to go to Brendan Wagner, but he had coverage all over him. And it'll be A 3rd and short coming up.
Yeah, that's great defense there, obviously, and they had great coverage on the outside as well. I did notice that Moore slipped out into the flats, Trevor, with nobody on him, something that the assistant coaches, I would imagine, up in the booth here might be messaging down to the coaching staff.
Braden Utter was the man in coverage on Wagner on that incomplete pass, and now it's 3rd and 1 for the Tigers. Pryor will run Moores, and that was read well by Gladbrook-Reinbeck. Nothing there. Gavin Blakesley makes the tackle, and now it's a 4th down and short coming up for the Tigers. Be 4th and about 3. And Tom, a very interesting decision for Coach Dustin Crook.
Yeah, you know, especially at this juncture of the game. You know, you had mentioned they get the ball to come out second half. But it looks like they're going to go for it. You know, I wouldn't be afraid to punt it. Defense has been playing pretty well as of late.
Worth noting, Brody Pryor does punt for them some as well, so always be cognizant of a quick kick. But nope, they're going to go for it. Pass caught by Moores, breaking out of tackles. 30, 20, 10. Michael Moores is going to score. Woodbine rolls the dice and cashes in on 4th down.
Yards after the catch once again by Moore. They just don't have an answer right now to bring him down. Just great athleticism there, making, you know, playing with passion. Obviously just fighting through all of these.
Morris did a good job turnaround, breaking off a Hudson Clark tackle. Gets a good block out by Landon Bloom and trots into the end zone for his 3rd score of the day. And now Woodbine will go for 2. Just under 2 minutes to go here in the first half. Quarterback run. Pryor, he's into the end zone. And the 2-point try is good, and it's 22-14. Advantage Woodbine after the 41-yard touchdown pass from Broden Pryor to Micah Moores. And Tom, a really, really good drive in the final minutes of the half from Woodbine.
Yeah, absolutely. One of the things right there, if you noticed with Clark, who was guarding Moore in that situation, they're playing way off on 4th and 4. In some of those different scenarios, you want to have to probably bring somebody up because you know they brought Heron in on a blitz. It's got to be a quick pass. So, you know, they just kind of got caught there a little bit, playing a little bit too far back. But, you know, what have we been saying all day? More. You know, he's just been phenomenal so far this game.
That drive, 4 plays, 48 yards for Woodbine, capped off by that touchdown pass from Brody Pryor to Micah Moores. And now the Tigers up by 8 with just under 2 minutes to go here in the 2nd quarter. Now after Gladbrook-Reinbeck, plenty of time, 2 timeouts, and a very explosive offense of your own waiting for the top to burst off. They'll kick that over their head and into the end zone for a touchback. And Tom, put the old coaching hat back on. If you're Gladbrook-Reinbeck, how are you trying to attack this drive?
Just kind of to keep doing what you were doing before. But the thing that I got to make an adjustment with, Trevor, is I can't go up the middle. Right now, Woodbine has been shutting that down. Maybe get some quick passes into that slot. The outside linebacker, he is splitting the difference between the slot receiver and the outside receiver. Those are some adjustments that the coaching staff has got to pick up on here with 1:55 to go and the rest of the game.
So Gladbrook-Reinbeck will start this drive on their own 15. Trevor Mathern, the quarterback, has Trayvon Heron behind him to put Caleb Loam in motion. Mathern, quarterback run, all kinds of room. 1st down and more along the sideline, and scoots out of bounds around the 37-yard line. A good drive starter for Gladbrook-Reinbeck.
Yeah, what a great fake right there. You know, they got the middle linebacker, I believe. Let's see. Yeah, they got him to bite Sullivan on that fake. Great job, great RPO there to get around to the outside.
Again, all kinds of eye candy on that play. You had a receiver in motion, you had a fake to the running back, and when it's all said and done, Trevor Mathern pops off a 23-yard run. And it's 1st and 10 for Gladbrook-Reinbeck. Mathern, Heron in motion. They give to Heron. Heron bounces off of Jack's Pryor tackle attempt, and he's got all kinds of room again. Puts another move on and fights for the 1st down. Trayvon Heron, oh my. What a run. He got a little bit of help as well on a block from Trevor Mathern. We'll see it on the Hy-Vee replay. He bounces off of Jack's Pryor tackle attempt. Mathern does a really good job with the block and helps Heron move the chains.
Yeah, it's one of those, back in the day you would try to get a blindside block that was legal. That was a great job by the quarterback there, making sure just to put himself in harm's way.
First down for Gladbrook-Reinbeck at the Woodbine 31-yard line. Mathern will put Blome in motion. Quarterback run, left side Mathern. It's about maybe a yard or so before Brendan Wagner brings him down. And Tom, as a coach, probably nothing fires up the guys more than seeing your quarterback get out there and throw a block.
Yeah,
like that.
absolutely. Not usually known for blocking as much as what the other guys are, but put himself in a position just to spring his teammate loose there.
2nd 10 as we get under a minute to go here in the half. Gladbrook-Reinbeck trying to milk some clock. They want to throw Clark, but he overthrew him. I don't know if there was some miscommunication, but Mathern tried to go left side to Hudson Clark, and the only guy in the area was Cal Pryor. Fortunately for Gladbrook-Reinbeck, that pass falls incomplete, and it's now 3rd down.
Yeah, they've got to find these gaps because the dig route is there. Because, like I said before, they've got a linebacker that's just sitting out to the flats with a safety over the top. There's pockets that are there, Trevor. It's just a matter of executing that and trying to find it.
Now 3rd and 10 for Gladbrook-Reinbeck from the 44-yard line. They will throw. Mathern, screen, Heron makes the catch, gets by a defender. Heron will get a little bit out of that, but not a lot. To the 25-yard line. So a gain of about 6. How about Trayvon Heron to get by the tackle attempt?
Absolutely. Did a great job out there, as far as reading the play there by number 6, Joe Friend, but just didn't make the play and not using a timeout right now.
And Heron put him on skates. The clock continues to run. We're down under 15 seconds to go in the half. And it's 4th down, so I think Gladbrook-Reinbeck wants this to be the final play of the half. And now we get a timeout with 5 seconds to go. And Woodbine's actually going to call the timeout. So Tom, barring some sort of penalty, in all likelihood, this is going to be the final play of the half from the 24-yard line.
Yeah, and I understand GR's thinking there a little bit because you don't want to give Woodbine any chances with the football, especially coming out of the gates in the second half. They get the football to start. But at the same time, you got to have some confidence right there. I think that their guys can make plays. And right now, just like you said, Trevor, it's one play and done. And, they have great field position at the 24-yard line. So I would imagine this will be going into the end zone since it's the final play.
And for what it's worth, Braden Utter has been their kicker on PATs this year. He has not attempted a field goal.
And he does have a leg.
Yes, 47 touchbacks. So, from here, you're talking a 41-yard attempt. So probably not in the cards. Although, I don't know, we're going to find out when Coach John Olson comes out of this huddle. As you see, some of the Woodbine youngsters have the time of their life in the bleachers here in Cedar Falls. 5 seconds left in the half, barring a penalty. This will likely be unless it's a quick strike, this will be the final play of the half. Empty backfield shotgun for Trevor Mathern. Mathern back to pass. Woodbine bringing pressure. Mathern throws across his body, and it's picked up by Landon Bloom. And that is how the half will end. Woodbine's pressure got to Mathern. He just had to throw a ball up, and Landon Bloom comes up with the pick to end the half.
Right there, he did have a chance to step up in the pocket, but they flushed him out. They had 4 guys protecting, but they got there with 3.
It is halftime here in this 8-player semifinal. Woodbine leading Gladbrook-Reinbeck 22-14. As we head to the locker room, you're watching the Iowa High School Athletic Association football semifinals presented by Iowa Farm Bureau. We'll be right back on the Hy-Vee Championship Network.
You come alive in the dead of winter and start work early on snow days because snowed in is not an option. The Kubota Snow lineup of compact tractors, RTVs, and versatile attachments are built to move, plow, blow, and thrive in the winter. So when the snow falls, you can rise to meet it. Right now, bring home select Kubota equipment with 0% financing available or save up to $6,800.
Visit GoKubota.com today to find your local Kubota dealer.
High school activities have given me the opportunity to get involved and make new friends.
Compete in sports that I love and meet new people.
Do something I love while building the programs in my community.
Not just be a role model off the court, but also be a role model on the court.
Make connections and meet new people.
They give me a reason to work hard and better myself for the future. Set good examples to the younger athletes.
Have a positive impact on my community.
Help us support Iowa high school activities.
Fuel choice that's cheaper, homegrown, and better for the planet? Now that's worth the hype. Pump it up with unleaded 88.
Today's banking is about so much more than numbers. It's about people. It's about community. It's about the next generation. Banking is personal. That's what we believe. And that's why we'll always put you first. Northwest Bank. Commitment you can bank on.
Halftime coverage is brought to you by Northwest Bank, proud to power our local communities with personal and business banking that never stops working for you. Member FDIC.
Unidome, where we have reached the Northwest Bank halftime of our second 8-player semifinal of the day. The score through 2 quarters, Woodbine leading Gladbrook-Reinbeck 22-14. Just like a great team, success in business takes planning, dedication, and trust. That's why businesses count on Northwest Bank, where personal and business banking never stops working for you. Member FDIC. With the teams in the locker room, we're going to step aside for a message from title sponsor Iowa Farm Bureau and a fun highlight of champions from the last school year at the Athletics Association.
Thanks for joining us for the 2025 IHSAA State Football Championships. I'm Chris Cuellar, Communications Director at the Iowa High School Athletic Association. We hope you're enjoying the competition our member schools are putting on today. At the Iowa High School Athletic Association, we're deeply grateful for the incredible support that makes this event possible, and no partner plays a more pivotal role than our title sponsor, the Iowa Farm Bureau. With me here today is Brent Johnson, President of the Iowa Farm Bureau.
Good to be with you, Chris.
First off, I'd like to thank the Iowa Farm Bureau for being the sole title sponsor of our state football championships and a longtime supporter of the Iowa High School Athletic Association. What do you think makes education-based activities so special in Iowa? And why is it important for organizations like Iowa Farm Bureau to be involved with events like this?
Well, Chris, at the Iowa Farm Bureau, we believe that strong farms and strong schools go hand in hand. Just as the student athletes competing here today are among the nation's best, Iowa's farmers are among the nation's most productive, leading the way in corn, hog, and ethanol production, but also in pioneering conservation efforts. Iowa ranks #1 in water quality, wetlands, bioreactors, grassed waterways, filter and buffer strips, pollinator habitats, and conservation tillage. As proud title sponsors, we're excited to celebrate the strength and spirit of Iowa's farmers and student athletes. Their resilience defines what it means to be farm strong and makes these games and our state truly special.
With these games being a high point of the high school experience for so many student athletes, can you describe how Iowa Farm Bureau makes sure its sponsorship goes beyond the event itself?
The championship games are an important moment, but we want our impact to last much longer. That's why we're proud to support them throughout the year through our work with the Iowa High School Athletic Association and the Girls Union to sponsor concussion insurance at no cost for all boys and girls participating in the practice and play of all sports sanctioned by the organizations. It's an extremely important program and just one way that we feel we can help look out for the long-term well-being of student athletes. In addition to concussion coverage, the Iowa Farm Bureau is one of the state's largest scholarship providers, contributing over $250,000 in scholarships each year to Iowa's students. Right now, we're accepting applications for our scholarships, so we encourage students to visit our website for more information. And knowing teachers play a critical role in shaping our students' futures, we also provide grant programs to help educators offset costs for much-needed education resources, helping to enhance classroom experiences in schools across Iowa.
Adding to that incredible list of support, the Iowa Farm Bureau also sponsors the IHSAA's Governor Scholar Recognition Ceremony. I always see members of the Farm Bureau team at the event alongside our Athletic Association staff. Could you share why you think it's so important for your organization to be involved?
At the Iowa Farm Bureau, we believe that today's students are the future leaders of our state. By supporting the Iowa Governor's Scholar Program, we have the privilege of being present to honor more than 400 of Iowa's brightest academic achievers. These students are not only excelling in their classrooms, but they are also the future leaders who will help shape Iowa's progress. This initiative is deeply important to our organization, our members, and all Iowans, as it highlights the value of education and leadership in moving Iowa forward.
Well, thank you for joining us today, Brent, and for your continued support of the Iowa High School Athletic Association. Your partnership has been essential in helping us grow student services through recognition programs, grants, and scholarships. We truly appreciate your commitment to education-based activities and the students we serve across Iowa.
I don't get it. Why is there uneven crop emergence out here?
Great question, Jill. From what I've seen, soil compaction from your sprayers and grain carts is the likely culprit. This can hinder root penetration and emergence along field edges.
What would I do without you, Tom?
Hey, that's what I'm here for. Let's catch up later. I'm needed over in Monroe County.
From personalized insights to year-round support, Channel Seed pros always show up. Channel, all in, all season.
Nice guy.
Excelling in athletics takes teamwork, dedication, and a commitment to excellence. These are the same qualities that help our pig farmers and our communities thrive. The Iowa Pork Producers Association is proud to support statewide high school athletics and the student athletes who make us all proud. Visit iowapork.org/WeCare to meet the people behind the pork and hear about our winning approach to caring for our pigs, the environment, and our communities.
You love our lineup of legendary Pizza Ranch pizzas. And now, get ready to love the Big Popper. Loaded with cream cheese, Italian sausage, jalapenos, sweet peppadew peppers, and a honey hot sauce drizzle. A little sweet, a little heat, and a whole lot of flavor. Try the Big Popper Pizza, along with our new Chicky Chicky Boom Boom Salad. Only for a limited time, only at Pizza Ranch.
Whether you volunteer or hang with friends, play pickleball, read or follow trends. No matter what your retirement style, you deserve healthy eyes and a healthy smile. Some Medicare plans don't cover vision or dental. With Delta Dental, you can save on what's essential. Get coverage and take care of your health. It's peace of mind, so treat yourself. It's more affordable than you might think. Give us a call or visit this link.
Hello and welcome to the Iowa High School Athletic Association's Football Halftime. I'm Communications Director Chris Cuellar, and joining me today is ISL Education Lending President and CEO Steve McCullough. Steve, thanks for joining us.
Well, thank you for having me.
Can you explain what the synergies are between what the Athletic Association is doing and what the work of ISL Education Lending for Iowa students?
Well, our purpose is to help students and families succeed in education and career after high school. As a nonprofit, we offer low-cost private student loans. We also offer scholarships and college planning tools to help families make wise choices.
I assume there's some people watching who just heard the word scholarships. Can you tell me a little more about that?
So, right now, you can register to win one of 45 $1,000 scholarships. They're for high school students, college students, and their parents. And you can register at iowastudentloan.org, or you can scan the QR code on the video board. You need to register by December 5th.
What are some other resources that people should take away here about ISL education lending?
Well, we just launched a new scholarship search service called Step 1 Scholarship Search. It's free for use and it's customized and personalized so you can find scholarships that are a match for you. For more information about Step 1 Scholarship Search Service or any of our other programs, go to iowastudentloan.org.
We got a lot of overlap there with our high school students either on the field or hopefully watching at home. Hopefully they can take advantage of those resources. Steve, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you.
Into the end zone. Wow, it's a great pull. Here again. Wants to throw deep. Has the man open. Coopsy catches it at the 10. Trucks into the end zone.
And the celebration begins here for the Grundy Center Spartans.
The wide open receiver makes the catch and pulls into the end zone for a touchdown. What a performance. North Polk goes undefeated. They will hoist the state's biggest trophy. Down the lane, off balance, Jackson with 2 seconds left, and this one is over. Jaden McGregory.
Oh my word. Robles and scores! What an unbelievable strike.
Here's Vanderloon crossing home plate. And there's the ball game.
And Iowa City High has won their first ever title in baseball.
We're not just lighting a stadium. We're creating lasting memories. We're not just installing a mini pitch. We're empowering youth to learn and grow. We're not just retrofitting an airport. We're creating an environment where workers can feel safer. This is why, whether it's a game down the street professional stadiums around the world, or treasured monuments and landmarks. You always know when it's must go.
What does commitment mean? To protect what's important, to invest in the future. It means providing peace of mind. It's what reliable people do. It's what local banks do. Banking in Iowa goes beyond transactions. Banks work to help people and small businesses succeed. And Iowa banks are proud to be trusted partners in building confident banking relationships. Iowa Banks, your partner through it all.
Need money for college? Our scholarship registration is quick and easy. ISL Education Lending Scholarship is open to both students and parents. Visit iowastudentloan.org/award for details. Multiple awards are available, and you'll learn valuable financial literacy tips as part of the process. Register online today for your chance to win $1,000.
There's a kind of magic to making memories, to finding time for the little things and the big things, the new things, and the things you'll do over and over again. It's the magic of a job well done and a well-deserved day of rest, of living life to the fullest with the people you'd never want to live without. Fairway, closed on Sunday, open for life.
Halftime was brought to you by Northwest Bank, proud to power our local communities with personal and business banking that never stops working for you. Member FDIC.
And we're back with the Northwest Bank halftime in the 8-player state semifinals. Woodbine leading Gladbrook-Reinbeck 22-14. Trevor Bader, Tom Peterson with you. Tom, your thoughts on what we saw in the first half?
Well, I thought Woodbine had a lot of success when they were running the football with Micah Moore's, 13 rushing attempts for 55 yards. I would look for more ways, just handing the ball off because they were winning the battle in the trenches. For GR, don't turn the ball over. I was looking at some of the things that they were doing. I still think that they need to get the ball to the outside a little bit, but everything team stats-wise, as you can see, very, very even. So I'm looking forward to the second half, that's for sure.
Here are the Sioux Cup first half stats on your screen if you're watching at home. Thanks to Sioux Cup. Closed captioning on today's over-the-air networks presented by Sioux Cup Manufacturing. Sioux Cup, the world's largest family-owned grain bin manufacturer and a proud supporter of Iowa high school activities. This has been the Northwest Bank halftime. Northwest Bank, proud to power our local communities with personal and business banking that never stops working for you. Member FDIC. You're watching the IHSAA football semifinals presented by Iowa Farm Bureau. About ready to begin the second half here on the Hy-Vee Championship Network. Trevor Bader, Tom Peterson with you in this 8-player state semifinal. Woodbine with a lead over Gladbrook-Reinbeck. They'll get the football to start the second half. The winner of this one will move on to the state title game next Thursday morning, 9:30 sharp, where Bishop Garrigan awaits the winner. Braden Utter will kick it away for Gladbrook-Reinbeck. Dylan Reed back to return for Woodbine. We're underway here in the second half. This kick will be returned by Woodbine at around the 7-yard line, and a good return. Micah Morris up to the 30-yard line. Morris did a little bit of everything in that first half, Tom.
Put him wherever you can. If you know what, Trevor, the way that he's running the football, I would get him involved as much as possible.
Yeah, he had 13 rushes, 55 yards, a touchdown. Also 2 catches, 55 yards, and a touchdown for this Tiger offense. It'll start on their own 31-yard line.
I'm not sure if you've noticed, but Landon Bloom, no catches yet in the game. So GR is doing a heck of a job as far as, not letting him get the football.
He had one target earlier where it was a little underthrown, and then he stepped out of bounds on what would have been a touchdown earlier on in the game. Here's a quarterback run. Pryor gets a handful of yards on first down to the 37-yard line. Give him 6. See if they get the ground game going like That was their most successful part
Absolutely.
of their offense in the first half was the ground game. See if they get Brody Pryor involved in it.
Yeah, and you can see the option play there. Defensive end, they did a great job of blocking him. The outside linebacker went with the running back. That's why the QB cut it up inside. So great read there.
Second down coming up for Woodbine from the 37-yard line. Pryor will put it in the belly of Morris. Morris bouncing right side, gets the first down, still running. Flags come in though near the line of scrimmage. That's generally in the area of holding. If that's the case, that'll wipe out the first down run. The officials conversing.
Holding. Offense number 83. 10-yard penalty from the previous spot. Replay second down.
Connor Murdoch, the guilty party on that. You'll see on the Hy-Vee replay.
Good job of penetration there by number 14,
Yep.
Gavin Blakesley, to get in there. Didn't have a choice. There was going to be a negative play.
So now instead of a first down run, it becomes a second and long coming up for Woodbine. Back on their side of the field at the 28-yard line. Pryor. Screen to Bloom. Bloom cutting over the middle of the field, still on his feet. Bloom reversing field, gets a good block from Pryor. Bloom, 40, 30, 20, 10, touchdown Woodbine. Landon Bloom goes 53 yards.
That's why you got to get the ball into your playmaker's hands right there, all the way on the left side of the field. Cuts it back across, receives a great block, like you said, Trevor, from Pryor to send him free.
We'll see that on the Hy-Vee replay. See the catch by Bloom, cuts back right side, breaks out of a Kel Bloom tackle, and Brody Pryor says, I'm not afraid to get my hands dirty. Lays a block on Hudson Clark that helps his friend trot into the end zone for the long touchdown, and now the Tigers will go for two after the long touchdown.
Looked like they had that defended pretty well,
Yeah.
Trevor, right out of the gates.
On the two-point try, Pryor will keep it and gets in. And just to start, the doctor ordered for Woodbine to start the second half is a long touchdown play by Landon Bloom, and the two-point conversion makes it 30-14. And Tom, a very, very quick strike for the Tigers.
Yeah, we had mentioned earlier about the defensive back playing off in the slot position, but you could see Micah Moore's had a great block there just to start everything. And then on the backside, you had Pryor cleaning up with a great block. And obviously, just fine. You got to get your playmakers some touches. They got to have that. Number one, it gets them more involved in the game.
Landon Bloom, a highly touted prospect out of Woodbine, just a junior, by the way. He's got a bevy of Division I offers, I know, from the likes of Iowa, Iowa State, Kansas State, Illinois. He's a four-star prospect, the number 2 overall prospect in the state, according to 24/7. And an all-around just phenomenal athlete, as Aiden Kanan will kick it away for Woodbine. This will be returnable by Hudson Clark at around the 10-yard line. Clark, all kinds of room. Clark up past midfield. Flag is down, though, as Clark gets brought down to 31. So we'll have to check the marker. The marker's at the 31-yard line. And
Yeah,
we'll
it looks
see
like
what the
we have a
penalty is.
hold.
The officials.
Great job of blocking there for GR to the outside.
That looked like that was about to pop.
During the return, holding, receiving team number 10. 10-yard penalty from the spot of the foul. Gladbrook-Reinbeck keeps it 1st and 10.
See on the Hy-Vee replay, Clark looked like was going to have a long return, and Hold ends up bringing it back. So instead of having the ball in Woodbine territory, Gladbrook-Reinbeck's going to be at the 23-yard line.
They got to get something going. I don't think that their offense has been real productive here in some of the last possessions, so I still would like to see them get that ball to the outside.
Trevor Mathern, the quarterback. Trayvon Heron behind him in a pistol. Here's a screen left side. It's caught by Hudson Clark and gets up to the 28-yard line before going out of bounds. First couple drives, Gladbrook-Reinbeck's offense really looked smooth.
Yeah. Yep, just not. I just don't feel like they've gotten into a rhythm as of late, Trevor. You know, they just turn over on downs, and they had the interception as well. And like I said before, try to get that ball to the outside, just like they did on that last play. Take what they're given.
So now a 2nd and 5 coming up for Gladbrook-Reinbeck from their own 28-yard line. Mathern back to pass. Pressure coming. Mathern backtracking all the way back, and then we'll just throw it out of bounds on the Gladbrook-Reinbeck sideline. There is a flag down at the 20-yard line. So we'll have to check that.
The front three from Woodbine is starting to get a lot more pressure, and they did bring one more with an outside backer.
Holding, offense number 14. 10-yard penalty from the previous spot, replay 2nd down.
Gavin Blakesley, the guilty party on that hold. You'll see on the Hy-Vee replay, Lucas Olson coming off the edge, and Blakesley probably didn't have much of a choice. Jax Pryor was breathing down the neck of Mathern, trying to pursue him. Ends up being now a 2nd and long for Gladbrook-Reinbeck, 2nd and 15 from their 18-yard line. Early on here in the second half, just 90 seconds in, but it's 30-14 Woodbine. The Tigers scored very quickly on their first drive. They will give to Clark on the jet sweep. Clark along the sideline, still on his feet and bounce, puts a move on. Will come back up. I think they're saying stepped out of bounds near midfield. Hudson Clark was about to reverse field.
Great job there getting to the outside. It's what we've been talking about. Bobbled the ball back there, when he first had it. Then a couple of great stiff arms there, as you can see on the Hy-Vee replay. Just a great overall athletic move.
So to midfield, Gladbrook-Reinbeck goes. Good block by Trayvon Herron to help the C's part for Clark there. Now Gladbrook-Reinbeck's got it near midfield at the 39-yard line. Mathern with Herron behind him. And a pistol. Oh, actually he'll keep it on the read option, and Mathern gets maybe a yard before that play gets blown up. Brenner Sullivan among those in there for the tackle. Jax Pryor also in there.
Yeah, there had to be some type of miscommunication because GR actually had more guys up there in the box than what Woodbine did. I don't know, because they both ran into each other a little bit, and kind of a strange looking play.
2nd down now for Gladbrook-Reinbeck. Little to no gain on that first down run. Mathern out of the pistol. Screen, Clark. That was read really well by Friend. He just about caught it himself. Joe Friend was not fooled by the screen to Hudson Clark.
What a great read out there.
He met Clark at the football and makes it an incomplete pass in a 3rd and 10.
Yeah, that's just a great play there.
So 3rd and 10 coming up for the Rebels early on in the 3rd quarter. Feels like a big play for them near midfield. Mathern will go out of a shotgun. Nobody back there with him. Quarterback Ron. Mathern gets about 2 or 3, but wrestled down to the turf. Matthew Tremmel, Jax Pryor in there. Now it's a 4th and 7 coming up for Gladbrook-Reinbeck.
Yeah, interesting call there on 3rd and 10. Once again, trying to go in between the tackles. They just haven't had a lot of success there yet.
And they're going to punt it looks like. I believe that is their first punt of the day. And the snap was over Clark's head. He got it back, kind of a rugby-style punt. Will take a Gladbrook-Reinbeck roll, be down to the 13-yard line, but a good stop by the Woodbine defense near midfield.
Yeah, absolutely. And Trevor, what an athletic play. I don't know if he's a left-footed punter or not, but he didn't really have a choice there. Just very athletic to get the ball away. So GR's got to they got to come up with a defensive stop here.
You see that on the Hy-Vee replay. That could have been a disastrous play for Gladbrook-Reinbeck, but Clark gets away a nice punt, and now Woodbine's going to take over on their own 13-yard line. 8:54 to go here in the 3rd quarter. Brody Pryor with Micah Morris behind him. One receiver to the right. Pryor giving to Morris, tried to break out a tackle in the backfield, fights for a yard or two. Nice tackle made by Cale Blome. Morris gets about a yard or two out of that, but second down now coming up for Woodbine.
Yeah, you can really see that Heron just gets in there, and what I really liked right there is that he stayed down low, tackled him below the knees for little to no gain.
Give him 1, 2nd and 9 now coming up for the Tigers. 8:20 and rolling left here in the third quarter. Everybody bunched in. Woodbine will go out of a pistol. Pryor gives to Morris. Morris fighting for yardage up to the 19-yard line. And a 3rd down and 5 coming up for Woodbine here in just a moment.
You know, we talked about this a lot in the first game. Audubon was able to get Bishop into these situations, but just couldn't get off the field on 3rd down. This is a big play here for GR on 3rd and 4. They've got to come up with a little bit of a stop here just to, to get some type of energy going here in the 3rd quarter.
So 3rd down and 4 for Woodbine. Pryor, handoff Morris, broke out a tackle in the backfield, 1st down. Gets by another defender, and Micah Morris running hard up to the 30-yard line.
The big guys up front, once again, there was a pancake block out there to the outside. It's pretty impressive what these guys are doing up front, allowing for Morris to find these gaps like he's been doing.
Jax Pryor, Connor Murdoch, Matthew Tremmel, the big fellas paving the way up front for this Woodbine offense. Fresh set of downs for the Tigers at their own 30-yard line. Right on the UNI logo here in Cedar Falls. Pryor will hand it off Morris, and Lucas Heron was not fooled. He's played a really good game defensively.
Yes, yeah, he has. And you know what? He might not be the biggest guy in the world, but boy, does he do an outstanding job. You can see right there, he saw it, read it quick, was able to make the offensive guard miss, and what a great play to get a stop in the backfield for a loss.
2nd and 12. Woodbine will bring a slew of new personnel onto the field. More of like, their speed package, so to speak. Landon Bloom, Brennan Wagner, Aiden Cannon all flanked out. Pryor out of a shotgun, nobody back there with him. On the 2nd and long, Pryor wanting to pass. It is dropped and out of the hands of Bloom. Really good coverage that time by Gladbrook-Reinbeck. I think that was Mathern that was in the vicinity.
Yeah, Mathern was right there. I don't know if he got a hand on it. No, like you said, just a drop ball there, but wouldn't have had much either way. But yeah, just a good defensive play there.
So now 3rd and 12 coming up for Woodbine from their own 28-yard line. 6:18 to go here in the 3rd quarter. Chance for this Gladbrook-Reinbeck defense to get off the field with the stop here. Pryor back to pass. Pryor pass, caught, Bloom. Going to be just shy of the 1st down though. Mather makes the tackle. And it's a 4th and short coming up for Woodbine. Tom, is there any doubt here with what you would do?
Yeah, you're going for it. And I would say that they're probably going to hand the football off to Micah Morris. Bloom's a little bit shaken up there in the play. That's a great open field tackle once again by Mathern.
So 4th and short coming up for Woodbine. 5:45 to go here in the 3rd quarter.
And they're bringing on some big kids here in this situation.
A jumbo package, so to speak, maybe for the Tigers. As I say that, Pryor is going to be the only guy in the backfield. And we got a whistle and a timeout taken by Woodbine head coach Dustin Crook. So Woodbine will talk over what to do on this 4th down. Well, the sole title sponsor of the Iowa High School Athletic Association, Iowa Farm Bureau, provides millions of dollars in awards, recognition, programs, grants, and scholarships, helping to support student achievement on the field and in the classrooms. Trevor Mader, Tom Peterson with you on the Ivy Championship Network here today. Class A players state semifinal between Woodbine and Gladbrook-Reinbeck. 30-14 advantage Woodbine. A 4th and short coming up for the Tigers. Tom Pearson, what are you drawing up here?
Well, right there, they were going into a wildcat just to get Moores the football. It's exactly what I would do. You know, a lot of teams, you and I have talked about this since we've been doing this together. A lot of teams don't go under center anymore. You know, it's kind of a lost art, and you know, if you're not comfortable with doing that, the only thing I don't like about it, and I've coached and made a mistake doing this as well, is that you're snapping the ball 4 yards deep, which gives the defense, you know, obviously a head start, but you know, we'll see. I would definitely, you know, find a way to get Moores the ball for sure.
They've used that wildcat package with him a couple of different times today. We say that, go almost like a wishbone look, and they will give it to Moores. Moores breaks up a tackle in the backfield. He's going to get the first down. So they go out with a new formation.
Yep.
And Micah Moores gets enough to move the chains.
You know, initially it looked like they had him stopped there. Blom had a great chance to make a tackle there. Just unfortunately, just a little bit high, as you can see on the high V replay.
So a fresh set of downs for the Tigers after the 4th down conversion. They are into Gladbrook-Reinbeck territory at the 38-yard line. Just over 5 minutes to go here in the 3rd quarter. 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left for Woodbine. Pryor, play fake, wants to throw, pass is caught. Aiden Kanan came back to the football, makes the catch at the 25-yard. Dylan Redar makes the catch at the 25-yard line. It's a first down for Woodbine.
Yeah, you're going to see here, it's a great job of Pryor setting his feet, stepping into the throw. You know, he's wide open there, is Pryor, or excuse me, is Reed. And, you know, just a great job of just making sure that you secure the football, not trying to run before you catch it.
So first down for Woodbine at the Gladbrook-Reinbeck 25-yard line. Moores in the backfield behind Pryor. They give to Moores. And he'll drag Cale Blom a couple of yards to the 22-yard line, maybe closer to the 21, but it makes it a second manageable coming up.
Just kind of gives you an idea about the strength of Moores right there, as he's just dragging tacklers, would-be tacklers, for 2 and 3 yards. Great job there.
So now second down coming up for Woodbine. They'll call it 2nd and 6 from the 21-yard line. 4 minutes to go here in the quarter. Only points of the half was on a Landon Bloom long touchdown. Pryor, I don't know if it was a broken play or what, but he gets gobbled up for a loss. Trayvon Herron brings him down on the turf at the 27-yard line. It just never looked right for Woodbine.
Yeah, to me, is it supposed to be a bootleg possibly? You know, it's hard to tell because the offensive line, he was keeping that all the way. So, you know, just a great job of staying home and being disciplined there by Trayvon Herron.
That makes it a long yardage situation coming up for Woodbine. Call it 3rd and 10 from the 25. Pryor will flank Moores out. Gives it to Moores out of the backfield. This is popped a few times. Moores lowers the shoulder and gets inside the 20 to around the 18-yard line. It'll be a 4th and short coming up for Woodbine.
Great job out there in the perimeter by the 2 wide receivers, as you'll see here a little bit on the replay. Landon Bloom got a really good block out there, and I can't remember, if I'm not mistaken, it was Sullivan that also had a great block to put them in a manageable 4th and short.
So Brenner Sullivan, you mentioned, makes that nice block, and now Woodbine with a 4th and 3 coming up from the 18-yard line, just inside the Gladbrook-Reinbeck red zone. Pryor wanting to throw, pressure coming. Pryor just had to throw it to Moores out of the flat, and it's incomplete. Gladbrook-Reinbeck, I know in watching film of them, Tom, they don't blitz a lot. That time, they brought the blitz.
Yeah, they did, and you'll see here in the replay, it's a great job of blitzing, because they did not have anybody identify Moores out of the backfield, so if he catches it, he's obviously has a chance to score. One guy was guarding 2 there, but what a huge stop defensively for Gladbrook-Reinbeck.
So Gladbrook-Reinbeck gets to stop. They get the football back with 2:34 to go here in the 3rd quarter. They'll take over on the Woodbine 18-yard line. Down 2 scores. Mathern running back behind him in a pistol. Mathern fakes the toss to Heron. Now he will dump it to Heron out of the backfield. Heron breaks out of a tackle and gets up to the 21-yard line. before being brought down. Micah Morris makes the stop. Gain of a couple on first down will make it 2nd and 7.
Just something, once again, to get it out onto the perimeter for them. Allow your athletes the opportunity to be able to make plays.
2nd down now for the Rebels. Just a smidge over 2 minutes left here in the 3rd quarter. One receiver flanked out on each side. Mathern will hand Heron. Heron, all kinds of room, gets a block in the 2nd level. He's into Woodbine territory, still on his feet, and brought down around the 30-yard line. Trayvon Heron running hard. Gain of 28.
Looks like we got a flag down.
Yeah.
Personal foul, face mask, defense. 15 yards added to the end of the run, 1st down.
And that is big, Tom, because it tacks on to the end of the run, and now they've got at the 15-yard line.
Yeah, and you're talking about a group that just kind of, they need to wake up a little bit. As you look at the body language, just not really, I don't want to say that they're not into it, because obviously I know that they are, but, this has got to be some type of enthusiasm here on this drive. You're only down 2 possessions with a big opportunity right here in the 3rd quarter.
So now 1st down and 10 from the 15 for Gladbrook-Reinbeck, knocking on the door of the goal line. Trying to get this down. A touchdown and a 2-point try would make this a 1-possession game. 2 receivers to the right. Mathern out of a pistol. He will put Blom in motion. Quarterback run, left side, Mathern. Got back to the line of scrimmage, maybe a little bit more, but not much.
Once again, great job there defensively wise up front, just stringing things out all the way to the sideline. Makes it virtually impossible for any type of a cutback.
See on the Hy-Vee replay, quarterback run, and it looks like Brendan Wagner was the guy that got first contact. Matthew Tremmel also in there to clean things up, and now Wagner, it appears, working on a cramp on the Woodbine sideline, being tended to by the Woodbine trainers. 1:19 to go here in the 3rd quarter on the Hy-Vee Championship Network. Woodbine leading Gladbrook-Reinbeck 30-14. Winner of this one will move on and face Bishop Garrigan in the state championship game next Thursday, 9:30 a.m. Garrigan, a winner over Audubon earlier on today. They looked pretty impressive in doing so, and one of these teams hoping to join them next week as we kick off a fun weekend at Cedar Falls. This is game 2 of 14 on the docket this week. So out of the injury stoppage, Gladbrook-Reinbeck facing a 2nd down and 10 from the 15-yard line. Just over a minute left here in the 3rd quarter. Mathern with Chad Gutneck behind him. They've got Trayvon Heron flanked down on the right side. Now they'll put Gutneck in motion. Mathern back to pass over the middle, wide open. Clark, he's in. Touchdown, Gladbrook-Reinbeck. And the Rebels with life late in the 3rd quarter.
When you see this on the replay, hear it coming up here, Trevor, what a great route. He actually cuts in, then breaks it back off up the middle of the football field. Quarterback, good patience there, letting him do that.
Hudson Clark with his first touchdown catch of the day, 18th of the year. Gets it down to 30-20. Now Gladbrook-Reinbeck will go for 2 to try to make this a 1-score game. By the way, 25th touchdown pass of the year for Mathern, 3rd of the day. Mathern on the 2-point try, rolling right. Throws, caught by Blom. And it's an 8-point possession for the Rebels to pull them within 8 at 30-22. And Tom Peterson, a much-needed drive for Gladbrook-Reinbeck. They go 4 plays, 62 yards, and get within 1 score.
Yeah, absolutely. We got ourselves a football game again. Some life over here for Gladbrook-Reinbeck. Great job there in the 2-point conversion. Quarterback took a hit at the end, but managed to stay in there long enough just so his receiver, Blom, could show up and make that play.
So as you see on the Hy-Vee replay, some of the highlights of this drive, it all started with that pass out of the backfield. Trayvon Heron picked up a handful of yards, and then Heron doing it with his legs.
just really shifty there, and then the 15-yard penalty.
Yeah, ends up putting the ball around the 15-yard line, and then it's all culminated with that Mathard to Clark touchdown pass in the ensuing successful 2-point try. And just like that, the Rebels have it down to an 8-point ball game, and they look excited.
Yeah, some life. They needed that, Trevor, big time.
So now they'll kick it away. Braden Nutter will kick it off. Dylan Reed and Micah Morris back to return for Woodbine. 48 seconds left here in the third quarter of the state semifinal on the Hy-Vee Championship Network. So Utter kicks it away. And that is carrying towards the sideline. I'll go out of bounds. And now Woodbine's going to have choices on what they want to do with this kickoff out of bounds.
Yeah, a lot of times he can kick a touchback. That's kind of surprising there. I bet you they would take the football out, I believe, out at the 25.
So now the official will go over and he'll ask Coach Dustin Crook what he wants to do, or you can make them re-kick it.
You bet.
From 5 yards further back as well. I actually did a game earlier this year where that happened 3 times, where it went out of bounds.
Kicking team. Woodbine's elected to place the ball at the 25-yard line. 1st and 10.
Yeah, it went out of bounds 3 times, and they kept making them re-kick it.
Yep, absolutely.
So Woodbine's going to take over on the 25-yard line. 48 seconds to go here in the third quarter.
You had mentioned, Trevor, that Gladbrook-Reinbeck has not blitzed very much. Boy, here in the last couple of series, they're really coming up the middle, trying to shut down that running game.
On first down, Pryor will put Moores in motion. It's like an option play. Pryor, late pitch Moores, gets a couple of yards to the 28. It'll be second down coming up for Woodbine with 43 seconds to go here in the third quarter. And Trayvon Heron, who has had his footprint all over today's game, makes the tackle.
Yeah, he's had a big game on both sides of the football. I'm not sure how many tackles he has so far, but it's been pretty impressive.
Second down coming up for Woodbine, and I can answer that question. 10 total, 3 solos, 7 assists, 5 tackles for loss. And we've got
substitution infraction, offense, 9 players in the huddle, 5-yard penalty, still second down.
Substitution infraction on Woodbine is going to back them up 5 yards, and what was 2nd and 8 will now become 2nd and 13.
Yeah, and if you're Woodbine here, you want to make sure that you dial in. You're coming out a little lethargic here. That's twice that's happened where they've broken the huddle with 9 guys. I know that they obviously substitute quite a bit. Just got to make sure they get everybody on the same page.
So second down coming up for Woodbine. 43 seconds left here in the third quarter. Both teams have scored 1 touchdown here in this quarter. Pryor out of a pistol. Wants to throw. Pass is caught out in the flat. Morris gets by 1 defender and then shucks off another defender. And will make that a first down conversion. Micah Morris lower in the shoulder and gaining yards.
Coach Olson talked about this prior to the game, stressed it big time to his players. These guys have got to be able to make open field tackles. You can see that these kids are in position to make plays, but it's easier said than done with Micah Morris, and he's running hard at 6'2", 200 pounds.
Gain of 15 up to the 37-yard line. Micah Morris has had success in the passing game and the receiving game here today. 3 down linemen for Woodbine. Pryor play fake, pressure coming, and he's gobbled up for a sack. Gavin Blakesley was there. The Gladbrook-Reinbeck defense gets home.
Yeah, and it's a good thing because Landon Broom is breaking free toward the end of his route there.
Yeah, Blakesley just got off his block really fast, and that's how the quarter will end. So we'll go to the fourth with Woodbine leading Gladbrook-Reinbeck 30-14. You're 30-22. You're watching IHSA football semifinals presented by Iowa Farm Bureau. More 8-player action on the Hy-Vee Championship Network after this break.
Nothing matters more than our community and our patients.
So when flu season's here, I love that I get to help protect them.
When you get your flu shot at Hy-Vee, you can earn a 20-cent fuel saver.
Scheduling your flu shot appointment is quick and convenient.
Because you can just walk up when you're shopping or schedule an appointment, whichever works for you.
Allowing you to pick a time that's best for you and your family.
Keeping families and communities healthy feels good. Visit your Hy-Vee pharmacy, get your flu shot, and earn a 20-cent fuel saver today.
I don't get it. Why is there uneven crop emergence out here?
Great question, Jill. From what I've seen, soil compaction from your sprayers and grain carts is the likely culprit. This can hinder root penetration and emergence along field edges.
What would I do without you, Tom?
Hey, that's what I'm here for. Let's catch up later. I'm needed over in Monroe County.
From personalized insights to year-round support, Channel Seed pros always show up. Channel, all in, all season.
Nice guy.
What does commitment mean? To protect what's important? To invest in the future? It means providing peace of mind. It's what reliable people do. It's what local banks do. Banking in Iowa goes beyond transactions. Banks work to help people and small businesses succeed. And Iowa banks are proud to be trusted partners in building confident banking relationships. Iowa Banks, your partner through it all.
Ladies, the bake sale's about to start. Are you ready?
We've got this.
Okay.
Oh, guys, he's here.
Quick Star delivery for Janet.
Bring it here. Let's get this bake sale going. Yeah. Come on. Best bake sale ever. Oh, yeah. Let's dig in.
Something exciting is growing on Iowa farms these days. Innovation. From tractors that seed, weed, and harvest with data-driven precision, to drones that scout or plant cover crops to protect soil and water. Even our animals live in smart homes with round-the-clock care. Technology keeps your food safer, water cleaner, and makes us more sustainable. Because what we do here benefits everyone here. Life on the farm makes everyone's life better.
IHSAA Semifinal Football is brought to you by the Iowa Farm Bureau, proud title sponsor of the IHSAA, championing youth through sports and education. And by Cookies, epic sauces and bold seasonings. Remember, smart cookies use cookies. And by the Iowa Bankers Association, Iowa Banks, your partner through it all.
On to the fourth we go here in the Hy-Vee Championship Network. Trevor Mader, Tom Peterson with you. Class 8 player state semifinals, 30-22. Woodbine leading Gladbrook-Reinbeck. Second 16 for Woodbine from their own 31 to start this fourth quarter. Pass is intercepted on the first play of the quarter. Trayvon Heron steps in front of it. It'll take it to the house. Touchdown, Gladbrook-Reinbeck.
Well, you know, they lead the state with 10 defensive touchdowns. They're number one in the state in interceptions as well. I think right there is a pretty good indicator as to why.
Trayvon Heron read that well. Steps in front of the pass, and there was nothing but green turf in front of him. And we are a 2-point conversion away from being tied.
That is just football IQ and somebody studying film right there. That's just a really, really impressive play.
Fourth interception of the year for Heron, his third defensive touchdown of the year, and it is a brand new ball game here in Cedar Falls. The Rebels will try to tie it. They are no strangers to dramatic semifinal games. Been a few of them over the years. Chance to tie it early in the fourth quarter. Mathern, empty backfield shotgun. rolling right. Mather going to try to tuck it and run, and we're tied. 30-30 here early in the fourth. Wow.
Yeah, got ourselves a game. Still just really impressed. You know, as coaches, you can teach that, that technique and those fundamentals all you want to, but you got to rely on your kids to make plays. And good job here in the 2-point conversion.
Mathern says, I'll just take it myself, and he trots in to not us at 30, and they are fired up on that Gladbrook-Reinbeck side, and rightfully so, after the Trayvon Heron pick six. As you'll see on your screen of the Hy-Vee replay, first play of the fourth quarter, Heron read it like a hawk, steps in front of it, and he knew.
Yep, he did. What a great play.
Last 16 points have gone to Gladbrook-Reinbeck. Boy, what a fun one here today.
Yeah, and as a coach, Trevor, I'm just going to tell you, I'm up here, but it gives me chills to see a player celebrate and do that, that type of a football play in this situation. So really happy for the young lad, and we got ourselves a game.
So Woodbine will get the football back early here in the fourth quarter. Braden Hutter will kick it away. I mentioned Gladbrook-Reinbeck, no stranger to thrilling semifinals. Go back to 2 years ago, lost on a last-second field goal to Bedford. Last year, got in a shootout with Lennox and made just enough plays down the stretch to get that win before falling in a title game to Remsen St. Mary's. And they have stormed back here in the second half and have us knotted up with a full quarter to go. Otter to kick it away, and this will go into the end zone for a touchback. And Tom, the last couple drives for Woodbine, just offensively, things have not looked right. If you're Coach Dustin Crook, what adjustments are you making?
I'm going back to what got me here in regards to running the football. They've had their most success. Like when you and I have talked at our breaks with handing the ball off to Moores, I would go back to the ground game, let them get some, the big guys up in front, lean on the other guys on the opposite side, let him do his damage.
So Woodbine will start this drive on their own 15. Early here in the fourth quarter. We're up 30-14, and fourth down failed, and an interception has turned this game on its head. They will give to Morris. Morris, first down run up to the 24-yard line, brought down a yard shy, and there you see it, Tom. They give Micah Morris the football, and good things happen.
Yeah, absolutely, and I would just continue to feed him. When it's working well, and great play there, open field tackle, because if Clark doesn't get that, he's still running, but, I know you've got guys all around that you can get the ball to, but you got to keep doing what's working for you.
Second and short now for Woodbine. And they will hand it off. Moores, and I don't think he got it. That was read well by the Gladbrook-Reinbeck defense. And it's a third and short coming up for Woodbine. You see on the Hy-Vee replay, that was Utter and Heron and company in there. I think Braden Utter is the man that made the initial contact. And it's a third and short coming up for Woodbine here early in the fourth quarter. Gladbrook-Reinbeck hoping they can get a stop and get the ball back with a chance to take the lead. And broken play. Pryor did a good job of getting out of the backfield and getting just enough for the first down. Tom, I don't even know how you sum up what we just saw there.
No, especially because just a great defensive play to start off, but Pryor, you look at his footwork there, he's able to make Utter and Blakesley miss. They had him for a tackle for loss, which would mean obviously they would be getting the football back, but kudos to him for the kid making a great move there.
Yeah, he thought Micah Morris was going to be on his right side. He was on his left.
Yeah.
Pryor able to work out of the backfield and gets just enough for the first down. First and 10 for Woodbine from their own 26-yard line. 10-10 to go.
Might take a shot here.
Pryor back to pass. Screen. Bloom makes the catch and gets a couple of yards out of that to the 28-yard line. It'll be second down coming up for Woodbine.
Just really impressed with the way right now that Gladbrook-Reinbeck is flying to the football, as you can see. They got multiple guys, having that enthusiasm, confidence, getting back into the game. Like you said, scoring the last 16 points, it's giving these kids, the bump they needed.
Second down and 8 coming up for the Tigers. 9:30 to go here in this one. One receiver flanked down on each side. Pryor out of a pistol. On 2nd 8, he'll hand it off. Moores up past the 30 to the 31-yard line. It'll make it a 3rd and about 5 coming up.
Defense is really stepping up right now for GR. I'm very impressed.
So a gain of 3 makes it 3rd and 5. It was Gavin Blakesley that made the tackle for the Rebels.
Trevor, do you think the guys up front for Woodbine are getting a little tired?
That's a great question. You know, they haven't had a lot of 4-quarter games this year, right?
Right.
I mean, they've had a lot of games where it's been in hand. Obviously, you get to the Unidome, you got a tight game. It's a little warmer in here.
Yep.
Here we go on 3rd down. Pryor back to pass. It is caught. Bloom does a good job of going to the ground to make the catch. Has just enough for a 1st down to the 37-yard line. It's a gain of 6 for Woodbine, and they keep the drive alive.
Yeah, that's just a good route there. Hooks back to the inside. Once again, you know, you just got to make sure that you secure the football. I know that he wanted the pass up a little higher so he could do something after the catch, but, you know, you just got to make sure that you do the first things first. He did a great job there.
Landon Bloom makes the catch. 5th catch of the day for him. Fresh set of downs for Woodbine at the 37-yard line. Pryor will hand off. Moores dragging defenders to the Gladbrook-Reinbeck 36-yard line.
And Utter is right there coming in on the replay here. He's right there. He's just got to break down and make that play. He's flying in a little bit undisciplined there, but did slow him up a little bit for his teammates.
Woodbine picking up the tempo a little bit. They will run it with Moores again up to the 33-yard line. Gain of 3. And it should move the chains. 1st down for Woodbine. Under 8 minutes to go here in this one. What a fun one here in Cedar Falls.
Yeah, this has been a blast.
Bishop Garrigan, I'd imagine somewhere around here, anxiously awaiting to see who they will face next Thursday morning. Empty backfield for Pryor, 2 on each side. Passing down here, Pryor pass is caught on near the sideline by Brendan Wagner to the 27-yard line.
And that's a heck of a pass because he's throwing that all the way across the field. Kind of gives you an idea about Pryor's arm strength.
Picks up 6. It's 2nd and 4 coming up for Woodbine. 7:22 to go here in regulation of a 30-30 ball game. Pryor empty backfield. One receiver flanked down each side. Quarterback run, Pryor. Pryor breaks out of a tackle, has the 1st down up to the 21-yard line, and a gain of 6.
Looked like they caught Gladbrook-Reinbeck in a blitz right there and just was able to read. Yeah, you can see that right there where Heron is coming in and he's able to shed that tackle, pick up some nice 1st down yardage.
Fresh set of downs for Woodbine. 7 minutes to go here in regulation. Tigers bring the play in from the sideline. They're taking their time on this drive as well. This late in the game, this is your biggest drive of the season up to this point. Put a man in motion, kind of some Arena League motion. Pryor will keep it and run inside the 15 to the 14-yard line. And Brody Pryor starting to make some plays with his legs, picks up 7.
Yeah, absolutely. Coming around for an option out to the outside. He's doing a really good job of reading the players out to the left because they're over pursuing, which is allowing him that cutback lane. So just a great read there once again by Pryor.
2nd and 3 coming up for Woodbine from the Gladbrook-Reinbeck 14-yard line. Just over 6 minutes left here in this game. Again, they'll put Moores in motion now, like a deep pistol. And they will hand it off. Moores inside the 10, gets tripped up at the 9-yard line, but it's a 1st down. Now Woodbine's going to have goal to go to get 9 yards.
Yeah, Trevor, it does kind of look like maybe Gladbrook is getting a little bit tired at times here, and you can just see getting to that 2nd level, but still got to be able to punch it in if you're Woodbine here. You've got 4 plays.
And we've got a timeout on the field. 5:53 to go. 5:50 and rolling left Here, this one, no timeout on the field. I thought maybe there was a injury timeout. There you go. So now they're stopping the clock. 5:43 left, 30-30 our score in this thrilling 8-player state semifinal. Pryor, empty backfield. This looks like a quarterback run, and it is. And Pryor, all kinds of room inside the 5, keeping the pile moving. He'll get some help from his friends. Brody Pryor brings it down inside the 3 to about the 2.5-yard line. That is why you do all those squats or whatever it is that helps with your leg strength. Not that I would know.
No, absolutely, though. You can see, the bigs are coming in right behind him. Tremel's just, right behind him, pushing him up the sideline. And, you've got 3 plays now for 2 yards. I would imagine you're going to see Micah Morris here probably doing something up the middle.
2nd and goal to go from the 2 for Woodbine. 5:27 to go in regulation. This 8-player state semifinal. Pryor takes the snap. Pryor lunging to the goal line. They're going to mark him just a hair shy, it looks like. He is just a tad shy. And now you've got a 3rd and goal from inside the 1.
And it looks like, I couldn't really tell there if he was down or not, but, this is what I talked to you about before. Do you go under center? But with Pryor coming out, I bet you that's a direct snap to Moores here. And if you're Gladbrook-Reinbeck, blitz.
Snap to Moores, he bobbled it, and that's going to gobble up for a loss. The Gladbrook-Reinbeck defense stands tall. Moores couldn't handle the snap cleanly. Garrett Gable and company in there to make the tackle for loss, and it's going to be a 4th and goal from the 5. Coming up for Woodbine with 4.5 to go.
And I don't know how many times we've talked about this, you and I, just not under center. You're snapping the ball back, and it's a little wayward snap there, but it's also not the quarterback that usually receives that snap in that situation.
Every play is big, but today that is going to back them up 5 more.
Offense number 94, 5-yard penalty. It's 4th down.
And Tom, I think Gladbrook-Reinbeck, they've shown at different times today they're not afraid to dial up pressure, and I think they were about to.
Yeah, I think so too, because they've got man-to-man coverage on the outside with Moores and Bloom. So, you would think that Woodbine probably likes their chances with those matchups.
Clock will continue to run, under 4 minutes to go in this semifinal. 4th and goal for Woodbine from the 10. Does Gladbrook-Reinbeck dial up pressure? Pryor takes the snap, back to pass left side, Bloom, did he haul it in? He did! Touchdown Woodbine!
Wow, what an athletic play there, because on the outside, Gladbrook-Reinbeck is in position to make a play here, but he just goes up and gets it.
Landon Bloom elevates and makes the 4th down snag to give the Tigers the lead with 3:40 to go.
That's just a heck of a play there.
That is why you throw the ball to your state runner-up high jumper.
That would be correct. Big play here.
Now Woodbine going for 2 to try to make this an 8-point lead. Pryor will run it, and he's in for the touchdown. The 2-point conversion after the touchdown. And how about the perseverance from the Tigers on that drive, but plenty of time left for Gladbrook-Reinbeck.
Yeah, absolutely. Going all the way down the field, facing a little bit of adversity there. 4th and 10, but Pryor stepping up, making the big play.
See on the Hy-Vee replay some of the highlights of this drive. Pass to Landon Bloom for a 1st down early in the drive. And then Brody Pryor turning nothing into something for a couple of yards after a little miscommunication. Pryor hitting Bloom again. That was on a 3rd down to keep the drive alive. Woodbine just kept finding ways to extend that drive. Some hard-earned runs by Micah Morris in there as well. Brennan Wagner made a really nice catch along the sideline. Another nice run by Micah Morris. It just seemed like they didn't get rattled on that drive, and it all culminates with the touchdown to Landon Bloom, and it's an 8-point Woodbine lead with 3:40 to go in this one.
Impressive drive right there from Woodbine.
So now Gladbrook-Reinbeck needing their biggest drive of the season with All 3 timeouts in 3 minutes and 40 seconds. This will go into the end zone for a touchback, and they'll start this drive on their own 15. Thanks again to the Iowa Farm Bureau for presenting the Athletic Association's 2025 Football Championship Week. As sole title sponsor of the Iowa High School Athletic Association, Farm Bureau recognizes athletic and academic achievement on the field and in the classroom, helping to nurture Iowa's future leaders.
Yeah, you can look at the team stats there. The passing yards for Woodbine kind of starting to pile up a little bit, looking and find some of those mismatches, and they've taken advantage of it.
So Gladbrook-Reinbeck needs to go 65 yards and get a 2-point conversion on this drive.
No need to panic.
Maythorn, quarterback run on first down. It's about 4 yards to the 19. You mentioned, Tom, 340 is a lot of time. You just have to be efficient.
Absolutely. You can't have negative plays right now. You don't want any false starts, anything of that nature to where it's going to put you back in a 2nd and long or 3rd and long situation.
2nd and 6 now coming up for Gladbrook-Reinbeck. So we approach 3 minutes to go in this game. Rebels will break the huddle with about 12 left on the play clock. Last thing you want if you're GR is anything backwards. Maythorn down to 3 on the play clock, takes the snap. Back to pass. Scrambling left, pressure coming. Maythorn will roll left, decides maybe running's the best idea. Puts a move on one defender. Has the first down up to the 29-yard line. Trevor Maythorn not going to be denied on that play. Ran about 40 yards to pick up 10, but most importantly for GR, it moves the chains.
Yeah, absolutely there. You're going to see this on the Hy-Vee replay. He does a good job of not forcing the football into a tough pocket. He's got a couple of guys open, but he's able to run and use his legs there. Great job there of not forcing the issue.
Video broadcast, the Iowa High School Athletic Association state championships are copyrighted property of the IHSAA. Reproduction or retransmission of these broadcasts without express written consent of the IHSAA is prohibited. 1st and 10 for Gladbrook-Reinbeck from their own 29-yard line. Maythorn will toss it to Heron. Heron breaks through, first down and more. Heron breaks out of another tackle, still on his feet, into Woodbine territory at the 35-yard line. Trayvon Heron prancing and dancing around Woodbine defenders, and the Rebels in business.
Yeah, you've got to make sure you wrap up. I know that the kids are tired in this situation, but we've said this all day. He is so good after contact, and it's been like this all day for him. Just a fabulous effort there on his part.
1st and 10 as we get to 2 minutes left in regulation. Gladbrook-Reinbeck with the ball on the Woodbine 35-yard line. They will need a touchdown, a 2-point conversion to tie it. Maythorn will flank everybody out. Maythorn wanting to throw, rolling right, all kinds of room on the right side, puts a move on a defender and has the first down to the 21-yard line. We are seeing Trevor Maythorn is not being afraid to make plays with his legs.
Yeah, absolutely. You're going to see here in the replay that they're losing contain on the outside there, and that's just allowing for him. If he doesn't have guys open, he can just tuck it and run, and he's doing a great job using his legs.
Minute 25 to go in this one. Gladbrook-Reinbeck is trying to use all the clock they can. There's a run, Heron. Doesn't get much. They have all 3 timeouts, so the playbook is wide open, and we'll get a timeout taken.
Yeah, and that was a good timeout. Trevor, they got a couple of guys. that are exhausted.
67 seconds remaining in regulation of this 8-player state semifinal. What a fun game this has been here in Cedar Falls.
On the game clock, 1 minute, 10 seconds on the game clock.
As you just heard, they'll extend 3 seconds to the game clock. You see the Gladbrook-Reinbeck student section. If they're nervous or anxious, they're not showing it. They're having the time of their life here in the Unidome. But imagine there's a lot of anxious bodies on that sideline over there. Tom Peterson, you've got a 2nd down. You've got 3 plays to get 10 yards. You're on the 21-yard line. What is play number 1 here?
I'm looking to go out to the wide side of the field here in this situation. Try to get it to one of your athletes the best you can. And the playbook is wide open. Like you said, they still have 2 timeouts left, 1:10 to go.
There's
no reason to panic. You're at the 21-yard line. Time is not an issue.
Woodbine was up 30-14 in this game. Gladbrook-Reinbeck came back and tied it after a Trayvon Heron interception return for a touchdown. A successful two-point try. Woodbine put together their drive of the year up to this point. Capped off by a 4th down touchdown catch by Landon Bloom.
And how big have the two-point conversions been? It's just been unbelievable, and each team has really stepped up when they have needed them.
2nd down coming up for Gladbrook-Reinbeck from the Woodbine 21-yard line. 1:10 left in regulation. Maythorn with Cale Blom, the back behind him. Wanting to throw, scrambling left, pocket cut, collapsing, and he goes down! Lucas Olson makes the sack. And I'll drop him all the way back to the 35. 32 is where I think they'll actually mark it. But a big sack for Woodbine, as you see on the Hy-Vee replay.
Yeah, that's just a great job of making sure that they keep, contained right there. Forced him back into where his teammates were at. They're kind of pushing and rushing things here. Hopefully they've got a good play called.
Clock continuing to run. We're under 40 seconds to go. Maythorn back to pass. Pocket collapsing again. Matthew Tremble in pursuit. Maythorn squirts free. Now he's scrambling. Maythorn will get a little bit of that back, but not much. To the 29-yard line. And Gladbrook-Reinbeck, the clock continuing to run.
Yeah, they got to use a timeout. There you go.
And they'll call timeout with 21 seconds to go. And it's going to come down to this. 4th down. And 17 from the 28 with 21 seconds to go. They had it 2nd and 10. You get a sack for, I believe it ended up being a 13-yard loss. And then Maythorn scrambles around, avoids another sack, but only able to get a couple yards out of this. And Tom, all of a sudden it's 4th in the ballgame.
Yeah, and to me, you've got to get more guys out in space. Right now, Trevor, what they're doing is they've got 2 guys going out on routes, and you've got Woodbine dropping 4 guys back into coverage. I would like to see them get a little bit more spread out. Give yourself a chance. There's seams that are open here, and it's do or die right now in this situation.
4th and 17 to decide a date with Bishop Garrigan in a state title game next Thursday morning. Will it be Woodbine, or does Gladbrook-Reinbeck have a little bit of magic in them? They'll need a touchdown and a 2-point conversion to tie this game and send it to overtime. Not a lot of plays in your playbook for 4th and 17.
No, but it looks like they're going with, they're definitely going with more speed on the defensive side. Look, they're going to bring 2 guys from the outside over here.
So one of my dear friends would say, buckle up, 4th and 17 for Gladbrook-Reinbeck. This is the ball game. Maythorn pass, Kyle Mill, it's incomplete! They were going to be well short of the sticks anyway. Wanted to go to one of the linemen, Garrett Gable. He couldn't hang on to it. And the Woodbine defense bends but doesn't break when it matters most.
Like you said, Trevor, he was going to be well short of the 1st down. I couldn't tell if they were having somebody come underneath. No. I didn't know if he was going to catch it and try to pitch it back there or not, but he would have been short anyway. I feel bad for the young lad.
So a valiant effort by Gladbrook-Reinbeck, down 16 early in the 3rd. They put Woodbine on the ropes, but when Woodbine needed a drive the most, they got it. Capped by a touchdown pass from Brody Pryor to Landon Bloom on 4th down. Woodbine will go down to a knee, and it's going to be a happy drive back to Harrison County as Woodbine is a 38-30 winner over Gladbrook-Reinbeck. They've got a date with Bishop Garrigan for all the marbles next week. Again, your final score, Woodbine 38, Gladbrook-Reinbeck 30. Stick around, we'll have our awards and our Quick Star Star of the Game here on the Hy-Vee Championship Network.
Health powers life, from the delightfully routine to the truly uncharted. Building a relationship with a primary care doctor is one of the easiest ways to stay healthy. So if you don't have one, get started with Mercy One. From annual wellness visits to screenings and immunizations, our primary care doctors can help you be proactive with your health, ensuring you're ready no matter what life brings next. Find care at mercyone.org/healthpowerslife.
There's a kind of magic to making memories. to finding time for the little things and the big things, the new things, and the things you'll do over and over again. It's the magic of a job well done and a well-deserved day of rest. Of living life to the fullest with the people you'd never want to live without. Fairway, closed on Sunday, open for life.
We're not just lighting a stadium, we're creating lasting memories. We're not just installing a mini pitch, we're empowering youth to learn and grow. We're not just retrofitting an airport, we're creating an environment where workers can feel safer. This is why, whether it's a game down the street, professional stadiums around the world, or treasured monuments and landmarks, you always know when it's must go.
Something exciting is growing on Iowa farms these days. Innovation. From tractors that seed, weed, and harvest with data-driven precision, to drones that scout or plant cover crops to protect soil and water. Even our animals live in smart homes with round-the-clock care. Technology keeps your food safer, water cleaner, and makes us more sustainable. Because what we do here benefits everyone here. Life on the farm makes everyone's life better.
Nothing matters more than our community and our patients.
So when flu season's here, I love that I get to help protect them.
When you get your flu shot at Hy-Vee, you can earn a 20-cent fuel saver.
Scheduling your flu shot appointment is quick and convenient.
Because you can just walk up when you're shopping or schedule an appointment, whichever works for you.
Allowing you to pick a time that's best for you and your family.
Keeping families and communities healthy feels good. Visit your Hy-Vee pharmacy, get your flu shot, and earn a 20-cent fuel saver today.
IHSAA Semifinal Football on the Hy-Vee Championship Network is brought to you by Hy-Vee, a proud partner of IHSAA. Hy-Vee, where there is a helpful smile in every aisle. And by Sukup Manufacturing Company, the world's largest family-owned and operated manufacturer of grain storage, drying, and handling equipment. And by the Iowa Farm Bureau. From rural roots to statewide pride, Iowa Farm Bureau proudly supports student athletes across Iowa.
We've gone final here in Cedar Falls, and they are celebrating on the Woodbine sideline as the Woodbine Tigers a 38-30 winner over Gladbrook-Reinbeck, and they will play in a state title game next week. Tom Peterson, what a heck of a game here today.
Yeah, you know, you look at what Woodbine did there. You know, on fourth down, Bloom had an amazing athletic play to give his team the lead. But Gladbrook-Reinbeck, please don't hang your heads. They played their hearts out, had an opportunity all the way down to the end. You know, what an amazing game, great atmosphere that you and I got to be part of. And, you know, this is what you want, number one versus number two next week.
Time to highlight the top performer from this 8-player semifinal with your quick star of the game, and 9 was fine today on both sides. Micah Moores of Woodbine doing it all for the Tigers on the offensive end.
Yeah, the biggest thing that stuck out to me, Trevor, is his yards after catch. You know, it was one of the concerns that Coach Olson had for GR, and it tended to be that way today. I don't know how many yards after the catch that he had, but, you know, just a very, very physical specimen out there playing.
On the go, Quick Star's got you covered. Fuel up, grab a bite, and score offers with their Quick Rewards app. Get everything you need only at Quick Star. And now the stage is set in Class 8-player. Bishop Garrigan, Woodbine, for all the marbles, the whole enchilada, whatever you want to call it. It's going to be fun.
Yep.
Next Thursday morning at 9:30. We appreciate you joining us for this coverage of the Iowa High School Athletic Association's 2025 football semifinals presented by Iowa Farm Bureau. That does it from Cedar Falls here today from Coach Tom Peterson and the entire production team here in Cedar Falls, and me, Trevor Maynard. Thank you so much for watching IHSA football on the Hy-Vee Championship Network.